each other's mental space. If you ever need me, just call. I'ma come running, give it my all. Love is love, God wins. Keep your vibrations high and watch how your blessings. Welcome to our tea. What's it gonna be? I'm thinking we can serve your tea hot. We can make it ice cold. We can put it in a shot. Or we can make it real bold. Oh, beef on top of beef, oh yes. Yes, it's getting messy, real mess. We having black tea, so won't you come and take a sip? We serving black tea, but be careful not to slip. Black tea, taste the drama real good. Do you want some black tea in the YT neighborhood? Truth is moving on them streets, but it's caught between them lies. Who be grifting, who cheats? Who be sending round them spies? Beef on top of beef all day, every day. Troublemakers put on display. Do you want some black tea? Won't you come and take a sip? We serving black tea, but be careful not to slip. Black tea, taste of drama real good. Do you want some black tea in the YT neighborhood? Black tea, you feel me? Black tea, feel me? Black tea, won't you come and take a sip? We serving black tea, but be careful not to slip. Black tea, taste of drama real good. Do you want some black tea in the YT neighborhood? Do you want some black tea?
Nah, that black tea is just strong.
We serving black tea, but be careful not to slip. Black tea, taste the drama real good. Do you want some black tea? Yeah. When you don't know what you're gonna do, and you're down and out, they're there for you. They be at the spot, they care for you. Oh, where for you? Yeah, they there for you. When you got good news, they went with you. Got your different views, still in with you. They stay with you, every day for you. Through the highs and lows, they stay for you. Oh, it's so nice to feel appreciated, and to know that it's real. We're gonna fight every fight as a collective. We're gonna do just what's right as a collective. We're I can rock with you. When things go wrong, they there for you. You haven't known them long, and they're there for you. Always standing strong, they stand with you. So grand with you, yeah, they band with you. Oh, it's so nice to feel appreciated and to grow something real. We're gonna fight every fight as a collective. We're gonna do just what's right as a collective. We're gonna move as one, never quit till it's done. Stay focused and selective, Atlas Collective. We're gonna fight every fight as a collective. We're gonna do just what's right as a collective. We're gonna move as one, never quit till it's done. Stay focused and selective, Atlas Collective. Fight as a collective, do what's right as a collective. Move as one, won't quit till it's done. Focused and selective, Atlas Collective.
My thing is, we can see what's happening in the world. Everybody feels the tension, the frequency, the shift.
It's so nice to feel appreciated.
Why y'all scared? I don't believe in fear.
We're gonna fight every fight as a collective. We're gonna
Gifts, appreciate the gifts. We are in the grand understanding that fear does not exist, right? So now, if fear don't exist, the only thing that's left is the mysteries, is the wonders, right? That's the only thing that's left, is the mysteries and the wonders of this world, of self, right? We're growing every day, and that's evolution. Our state of being is changing every day, right? So when you're looking at the development, when you're looking at growth and development, understanding how this world works, understanding how things are, that's what you want, right? You want that level of truth, that level of build, that level of growth. A lot of people are out here scared to speak about it because they got demonic entities that they hiding inside their self. You know, Solomon called them the 72 demons of man. We changed the name up and called them feelings and emotions. You know, we made them sound good. You know, we changed it up and called it feelings and emotions. Now, people don't know what these things are inside their vessel that they're supposed to be taming. You know, this goes back to admiralty laws. You got to look that up. Look up admiralty laws. It's talking about the laws of the Holy See. The Holy See, right? It's talking about the sea of fear. Fear. Remember, the Latin word for fear is actually timos. So when you're going back into this study, you got to look at time and the understanding of time, why they use these variations of words, why they play on these variations of words, right? Why you think we have a solar system and a soul system, right? You have a solar system in the universe and a soul system within inside yourself, right? This is the play. Why do you think you have a in your zodiac chart, you have a sun sign and a moon sign, right? This is the play, right? So once you start to understand deeply the play and what is, always was, and always will be, once you start to greatly understand this, the depths of this, then you will see that everything is, always was, and always will be. And even the depiction of what they give you when they're speaking about um this map. What is a map? Anything could be a map. They can give you a map of the universe. You know what I mean? A map of the, if you get a map of the universe, there's a multitude of constellations, but there's also a map of the body, right? The Egyptians gave you a map of the body. They called it Egypt. They said that the upper half of the body with the four chakra systems, your heart, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and your crown chakra, those four upper parts of the body was considered to be upper Egypt, right? Jerusalem being the pioneer or the thinking place, right? The heaven of the vessel, right? And the lower half of the body, your sacral chakra, your root chakra, and your solar plex chakra was considered to be lower Egypt, right? And the belt line. See, they put this in a lot of stuff. Even our laws and jurisdictions is broken up like this. And if you look at uh the laws, you have a bar. This bar is basically anyone who is operating below the bar, right, is considered to be, ruled, or anyone who's operating above the bar, is considered to be above this law, so on and so forth. Rules and regulations. But if you are to get into admiralty laws, and I'll change the backdrop on TikTok. We are on 2 pages on TikTok and 2 pages on YouTube and on Twitch right now. So somewhere you gonna find us somewhere. Okay. Don't try to avoid the conversation. It's here. We are here having it. I'm so tired of y'all trying to duck me from making it. Now I just gotta multiply myself on multiple pages. They keep on trying to give my credit to other people. Nah, now I got to go into the multiplication of self, multiplicity, however you want to get into this, we are going to speak about a variety of things, information, knowledge, right? We're going to get into the mystery 13, why a baker gives you a 13 for a dozen, why hotel rooms don't have a 13th floor if it goes past a certain level. What is, the mystery 13, the Yahweh of the body, right? And a lot of this stuff is considered to be taboo. So because it's taboo, I'm going to need you guys to help me by following the page, hitting the follow button, becoming a member of the team, maybe subscribing to the page. So that way, not only do the algorithms see that this is something that you guys want, but also, the universe sees that we want knowledge back down here, that we want this level of informed knowledge back down here, right? So you have the Holy See, right? The Holy See, admiralty laws rules the world. This is what this says. The Holy See, admiralty laws rule the world. I'm not saying this, right? You can look this up. This is something that was put out there by a dynasty long ago, right? You know, what Jay-Z said, Dynasty, you know what I'm saying? Track 16, you know what I'm saying? If you go listen to the Dynasty album, you will see. Who could believe? Jigga Man, Mo Better, Mo Cheddar, flows knock the man off your polo sweater, roll with the ROC. Hey fellas, remember me? The teachers used to fellas, you know what I mean? So the knowledge is there. We just gotta want that knowledge. We gotta want that knowledge. And listen, like I said, we're live on multiple pages. TikTok, feel free to come over to YouTube. If you have YouTube, feel free to go over to TikTok if you got TikTok. We are out on a farm right now, growing and building. If you got animals, if you're in the Michigan area and you want to come visit, feel free. We're trying to get the tents out there. We're trying to get the grass lowered down. Man, it's a lot of grass. Man, y'all don't even understand. Every day, I just feel like I'm cutting, cutting. I feel like Dory or something. I'm just keep cutting, just keep cutting, just keep cutting, you know. But it's getting there. It's getting there. All things coming together. We are opening the door to take on more people. I'm just trying to make sure that I get the right people involved, right? I want people that want to build not only in the physical, but also in spirituality and growth and development. We're building homesteads, bringing in trailers and stuff like that. And if you're in the North Carolina, I have a nice area out there for you to go to too, if you want to build and grow in that direction. Are you a streamer with a big community that raids? I'm trying to get, us to do the raid stuff on Twitch. All right, just join my Discord. I don't know who you are, Twitch personnel. You just gonna come over there and you just gonna come to my Discord and be like, here, how much money you got? I want to sell you this. That's what you about to do. You about to sell me some shit. I know. I seen did y'all come around from Twitch. Y'all be coming off of Twitch and be like, I got some backdrops for you. They be talking shit too. They be like, your backdrops is okay, but I can do something better. No, don't put the numbers down, TikTok. Don't drop the numbers down, TikTok. How we go from 60 something people to 15? Y'all are the worst. I got y'all. I'll put the Baphomet thing back up. I got you. There you go. Some of y'all do that because y'all like, I can't see the backdrop. All right, but yeah. Hold on. Let me put a different picture up on my other page. I don't want the same picture to be on two pages. I don't want the same picture to be on both TikTok pages. Hey, yo, listen. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. Knowledge and wisdom rules the day. It rules the air, right? Make sure y'all join the Discord. And since we did just post the Discord, we gotta, play the Discord.
The party's going on in the Discord.
Rising, rising. Make sure y'all get over to the Discord. You can't never be bored in the Discord. When we're not here, we over there. And we be caring.
So I better see you in the Discord.
I better see your ass over in the Discord.
We got art. Love is love, sets us apart. It's a virtual town, so inviting. You know they want you around, it's exciting. Oh, the party's going on in the Discord. Ooh, you can never be bored in the Discord. When we're not here, we're over there, socializing and sharing. So I better see you in the Discord. Story time, movie nights.
Y'all ready for story time?
And watch the fights.
I got a great story for you guys. Did you guys know that many, 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 many eons ago, there was a battle? This battle was over us. Did you guys know? One's in the chat if you know that something fought over us many, many eons ago. One's in the chat. Do you know that something fought over us? The vessels of mankind. Something fought over the vessels of mankind. That means we were so great in the universe that something fought over the rulership of us. Not this rulership that you see. Not this go to work every day. Not this physical form of fight. No, it was something greater. The chemical imbalance within inside of our DNA. Someone decided to alter that. Someone decided that we were too great with the understanding of all 12 of our chakras, right? So someone decided to take the knowledge out the world and take the understanding of all 12 chakra systems in the vessel away from us. Look it up. You can go get chakra books right now. You can go get these chakra books right now. It'll tell you Mary Magdalene was a representation of the sacral chakra, right? And Christ walked on water, which was at that time a representation of 12. which was the crown chakra at that time. They later changed it and made it the eighth chakra, right? And changed Christ to a different understanding in the biblical text. So you wouldn't understand what Christ's energy was inside the vessel, what this fight was inside the vessel. So they split the book up with the Torah, the Quran, and the Bible, and they split it up. And then they created zodiac signs so you wouldn't understand that it was talking about the universe. So they made the disciples depictions of people instead of the zodiac signs that they actually represent. They made the tribe of Jacob a tribe of people instead of the zodiac signs that it represented in the sky. So when it was telling you that Christ put the 12 disciples together, it was saying that Christ was the 13th zodiac, which is actually Eucharistus. It is at the foot of Hercules. It's saying that Christ is the 13th zodiac that comes and put the other 12 zodiacs together, right? So he is the link between the other 12. If you take out the link, if you make Christ a martyrdom system, if you make Christ someone that you eliminate, right? They did it in the story of Jacob with Joseph. They did it in the story of Christ. Joseph still put his family back together and said, bring forth Benjamin, right? Christ still put his people back together, right? This story has been repeated. So it's telling you about the 13th that put back together the 12. They telling you, right? The 13th is the 13th zodiac sign. This is why in Greek mythology, it was Hercules, a demigod, half man, half God. What is Christ? Christ is considered what? Man and God, right? So this story is being repeated over and over again. There's nothing new under the sun. That's why we go into our understanding of Akashic records, right? That's why we have to understand the Kundalini energy, the serpent that was punished to coil at the base of our spine is no longer punished anymore. So that serpent that was once punished to coil at the base of our spine, it's not punished anymore. So now our Kundalini energy is rising. The ether is being put back into the atmosphere. Our light body that's around our physical body, which is also a form of plasma, is being activated and starting to awaken. This is why they want you 8 feet away, approximately, understanding, and allegedly, this is why, right? So all things is coming to light. All things is coming to truth. A lot of disclosure is coming out. A lot of knowledge is coming out. And that's why I need you guys to either subscribe to the page, like the page, become a member, do the things that these applications allow you to do to show that this is what you're interested in, that you're trying to understand this, that you want knowledge put back. Otherwise, you might find yourself stuck in a subconscious mind. See, in these layers of dimensions, and they change the name of them all the time because it's different densities. So in these different densities of self, as above, so below, as without, so within. So the same way our atmosphere has different layers, right? So does the vessel. The same way the outside of us have different waves, so does the vessel. So when you think about your body, think about it the same way they, add science to your body, right? Think about the universe, right? There is a beacon coming off from the other side of our planet that is pulsating, and that pulse is reaching the sun. And then the sun is sending back a signal back down to this planet. Okay. Now think about your body doing the same thing. Inside your body, there is a signal going off, and that signal is reaching your brain. And then your brain is transmitting that signal and then sending a different signal back to your body. Okay. So anything that they apply to the outside of this verse, apply to the inside of yourself. Okay. So if they say that the sun and the solar flares are affecting the planet, then you can say whatever sun is inside your mind, it is affecting your body, right? So if our sun and the outside of us is sending off plasma, gamma, or whatever, then surely the mind is sending a secretion to the body to make the body get right. Now, some of you guys are not dealing with this properly. Some of you guys, your body is creating more mucus because your mind and the sun is trying to get you right, and you're not having the discipline over your body that you should have. You are still allowing yourself to overindulge in meats and certain things, diet, dairy products that creates mucus in the body. So your body, your immune system is working overtime to push this stuff out of your body because a change is taking place. A reset is taking place. If a reset is taking place, you think in the beginning we ate meats and shit? If we resetting? Nah, you might have to start back off with fruits and berries. Your ass might have to be a rabbit and eat lettuce for a week. I'm just saying, just try some different stuff. Obviously, some things is going on. And also, you think we started off angry? You think we started off mad? No, we started off loving. We started off caring. So these things are taking place. Your state of mind is changing. Your state of being is changing. Therefore, your actions should reflect this change that is taking place. It's a more loving energy that's being pushed into the world. Look at all of the elites. Look at all of the higher ups. You see them getting right with their self. You see them. You see, people that are in, religious positions, they're stepping down. You see people that are in higher up. I mean, listen, before Diddy got hit with his Shabam Bam Boodle, what did he do? He changed his name to Brother Love. Why you think he changed his name to Brother Love? Because he was in a loving state now. We're not in that same Pisces, the dark. That's why he spoke on it and said, thank you, Cassidy, for seeing me through the dark ages. Why do you think in his NDA clause you can't talk about him for 20 years after he unalive? Because he knows about the reincarnation process. He knows that you become reincarnated. He knows that the energy of these universes. That's why he places his seed inside the vessel of other people, because it is a gateway to your root chakra. All of this stuff that the Sumerians was talking about, the Sumerians was talking about the body. The Sumerians was giving you different understandings of the vessel, of how these different energy points inside the vessel, which we later changed to glands or whatever we changed them to, right? They had a different understanding for the body. How do you think the Egyptians knew that the Adubla oblongata was a heart-shaped place of the body? How do you think they knew that that was the place where thought came from? Huh? How do you think they knew that? They've been studying the body. They've been studying and analyzing the body since the beginning of time. We don't give a damn about this planet. We've been studying the body, mankind, how we respond, how we act, trials and tribulations, so on and so forth. There's a chemical inside the body, whether it's in fear or whether it's in excitement. There's a chemical inside the body that's moving up and down your spinal cord, right? They tell you stories about this all the time. This is why, the vampire puts you in a certain mindset so that way fear can be placed upon you and you can respond to the fear. Hey, Carnage, whatever your name is, you have to go over to my Energy of Atlas page if you want to come up, because the mic, we're not going to be able to hear you. Yeah. Go over to the Energy of Atlas page and come up over there. That way all accounts can hear you. They're not going to be able to hear you on this phone. I'm on like 4 different accounts. I'm over on TikTok, YouTube. I'm on 3 pages on YouTube, TikTok, all types of stuff. So y'all make sure y'all do it. We not going nowhere. We on multiple pages. Y'all better hit the subscription button. Subscribe to the page. If you over on YouTube, make sure you become a member. If you over on TikTok, make sure you become a member. Hit that heart me up at the top. Become a member, gift, type something in the comment section. Y'all know the things that that TikTok allows you to do. Do the stuff that TikTok allow you to do. Keep me around. I promise you, there's so much more knowledge that's being released into this world. But y'all, listen, on top of the fact that I'm trying to take care of this farm and build out here and have retreats out here, I'm trying to, schedule my time properly in order to still build and grow and bring the knowledge back to the plane, because we have to start reactivating our brain. That is the first mothership. Our brain is the first mothership of all motherships. You know, that's where Tamith ran into Anubaru at, is inside the minds of the multitude. It split off, fragments of it split off when we started these different battles, the galactic wars. Go look it up. All these different fragments, they're all in your mind. They're split off into different timelines. They tried to give us this understanding when they came out with the series Loki, and they try to tell you about these multiple dimensions and the timeline wars and all of this other stuff. They tried to explain it to us, but they do it with movies and stuff like that. So it's hard to understand, you know, when you have forces in this world that manipulates the mind and mess up the balance, it could be moving things in the universe. You don't know why Pluto is a dwarf planet and why it's not as active as it used to be. You can study Pluto and you can tell that Pluto is out of orbit, right? You can study other planets and tell that Venus is going in a reverse direction. Venus is one of two planets that goes in the opposite direction of all the other planets. Our planet is now also about to start moving in that same reverse direction. And you have to ask yourself, why? Why is our planet aligning itself with the movements of Uranus when we was just aligned with the movements of Saturn? That means we're going out of a Saturn state of being to a Uranus state of being. And I think that's funny that in the time of water, God put Uranus in charge. That means your ass is in charge in the time of water. And we know water don't never touch y'all ass, because if water touch y'all ass, half of y'all be wiping y'all butt the right way. So we know that this is God's way of showing us that he do got a sense of humor. And if you can't see the sense of humor in that, we always want to know if God got a sense of humor. Well, guess what? The joke's on us, because this nigga is funny. You hear me? This nigga put Uranus in charge in the Aquarius sky. Huh? That is funny to me. But yeah, make sure y'all hit the follow button, hit the subscribe to the page, all that good stuff. I can't wait to the day that we study war no more. I'm gonna hit you with a follow back too. You think I'm not gonna follow you back? I'm gonna follow back. I'm a follow back type of person. You know what I'm saying? If you follow me, I'm gonna follow you back. Now, of course, TikTok has a follow too fast thing. So if too many of y'all follow, then you gotta wait. You know, I'm gonna follow you back when I can. I'm definitely gonna hit you with a follow back, because that's what I do. I'm on here. You ain't gotta say that you follow. You probably already got the follow back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm following back. I'm here. I'm active. I'm a real person. I want to deal with real people. If you're a real person, hit the follow button. You know, if you're a real person, we got too many NPCs out here. We got too many bots out here. We got too many people that want to get in front of the. You're shocking me. You're shocking me. You're shocking me. Listen, I'm done with that. Fuck that. NPC season is over with. Fuck that. I want to deal with real people. I was a real boy. I don't want to deal with no Pinocchios. You hear me? I don't want to deal with no Pinocchios. You hear me? Fuck that. You keep the Pinocchios. I want to deal with real people. Huh? I want tangible people, people that want to interact, that want to build, that want to grow. For real. Yeah, YouTube, we live on 2 TikTok pages. I got to get my people from TikTok to come over to the Ralph DaWise YouTube page so we can grow over here. Monetization on YouTube is a good thing to have, but you got to have a place to pull people from to bring them to your page on YouTube for the monetization part. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with TikTok. This is why I invested in myself, and and we have started the social media management thing to help people build their platforms, to help people get into the notion of how this social media thing works. There's a lot of people out there that has things that they like to do just to pass time, and they're making crafts, they're knitting stuff that looks excellent. They're painting stuff that look great. Some of that stuff, people buy that stuff. People want to know that they bought that stuff from a real person. I see the follows coming in, Kim. I see the follows coming in. I got you, E-Rock. I don't know if I said that right, but the real king. I see y'all. I see y'all. Love is love, man. Love is love. And I see y'all on the other page too. Energy Atlas, Energy Atlas. I see everybody. Listen, this is how we are. We're multidimensional beings. I'm trying to get to the point where, as though, the people who are of the physical nature, look, come on out to the farm. I'm trying to get some more people on here. Hey, y'all, my TikTok is a different name, but it's me. Okay, love is love. I'm trying to get people out here to the farm. So I'm pushing out, on every form way of broadcasting. I'm trying to get more people in the Discord so we can start this love wave, right? Where we're rating, people's pages and stuff, showing them love. There's a lot of people that sit on the line, that sit on these applications for a long time, hoping that they get recognition, waiting for their viral moment, waiting for 10, 20 people to come into their chat. You know what I mean? Like, and we just got to bring a lot more positive back to the world. They're doing everything in their power to put as much negative out there as possible. Look at it. Kai done started a university of controversy. He's about to do an island of controversy. That means mischief is becoming the new wave, right? Our kids are now using our feelings and emotions as a way to entertain themselves. So they're playing on us now, right? Hey, lying to us just to catch us on video doing something or saying something. Like, it's getting bad out here, right? We have to change the direction of this by pushing out positivity, creating little small collectives, little pockets of collectives of unity. We could do that. We can do that. We are better together. We have the technology. We can form faster. That's why I'm showing the operation by showing y'all on multiple different platforms. I'm pushing out a different frequency of knowledge. The universe hears that. The universe hears the vibration that comes off of our vocal cords. This is why, they wanted, this is why they had the story of the Battle of Babel. So we won't want to babble. So we don't talk, we don't communicate. This is where that separation comes in at. Go read that. Go read that in the Bible. Go reread the Tower of Babel. I want you to go back and find that part of the Bible where it talks about the Tower of Babel. And I want you to read three paragraphs before that, where it tells you that they said that our greatness and unity was at a point where we can accomplish all things. And that scared them. What type of God is scared of man accomplishing all things? They say if man knew how great he was, all things can be accomplished, or all things can be through him. So they separated us with languages and so on and so forth. What kind of God would have told us that? What kind of God would have said, oh no, they're too great, so we have to separate them with languages? And that's a falsity right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a falsity. That's telling you that the Tower of Babel is your chakra system. The tower that they tore down is your chakra system. That's the tower that they tore down, because nobody reached their throat chakra. They keep you outside of your throat chakra. If the babble comes from your throat chakra, that means that you have to be willing to talk and speak about stuff. They stop us from speaking, right? Think about the history of this world. We had a war on words. Do y'all remember that? Before the ice war, before the race to space war, before they had a war on words. Why do you think in Great Britain they don't have freedom of speech over there? Why do you think that? Because they know the frequency of it. They give us freedom of speak over here so we can speak negative out into the atmosphere, so we can put the low vibration out there, and then they harvest the energy from that. They do it differently in Iran and Iraq because of the fear that's over there. So they use that to put people in a fear state of being so they can harness the loosh that comes off of that. Ask Muslims about the loosh. Ask them about the trap. Ask them about how they manipulate the minds of the youth and put them in fearful mind or fearful ways of thinking. Go. Go to Shiite Muslims. Go to a Shiite Muslim. They'll tell you the truth. I'm just saying. I want to live in a life in a world of truth. Why ain't nobody taking the fear away? How can 72 countries agree on a on an Arctic treaty, an Arctic Circle treaty, that nobody should be past this wall, right? And I want y'all to look at this right here, the map that I got up on the screen on YouTube. Want y'all to look at this map that I got up on the screen, right? The map that I got up on the screen. Now I'm about to show you a different map, right? I'm about to show you a different map, a resemblance of it. And this is how crazy this world is. This is why I always add the as above, so below, as without, so within. This is why I always add this form of understanding, because it's always been there. It's always been there. Even Terrence Howard said it. We were moving in straight lines. We couldn't figure out the flower, couldn't figure out how to open it up, because we was moving in straight lines. There's no straight lines in the universe. So when Terrence Howard said he figured it out, he was telling you that he figured out a way. See, we are not in our astral plane. We don't astral project. We don't get to do that. So some of these people that are higher ups, who bills are paid, who ain't got a care in this world, they can go to sleep and astral project. They're getting the right, minerals and salts and stuff that their body is missing in order to, elevate the body. This one time back in like the 90s and stuff, I was watching like the late night show with David Letterman or something like that. And he asked Mariah Carey, and they laughed about it though, but he asked Mariah Carey, he said, "You ever been to Mars?" And Mariah Carey laughed and was like, "Yeah," and she laughed and was like, "Yeah, Lady Leticia, Grand Rising, Namaste, I say salutations, shalom, peace." And she laughed and she said, "Yeah." And to me, I was like, wow, she been to Mars, but if you look, a lot of them had T-shirts back then that had Antarctica on there, but they were saying that they was going to Mars, right? And then if you look at a lot of the conspiracy theories, they say that there's things that are sitting on the rings of Saturn that could be possibly projecting something back towards Earth. And then if you look at the movie Transformers talking about the dark side of the moon, we only see one side of the moon at all times. The moon is not rotating for us to see the other side of it. We really only see one side of the moon at all times. And if you go back into the history and study hieroglyphics, you will see that the moon wasn't always in the sky. On several different continents, on 7 different writings on the wall, they all decided that the moon appeared in the sky. How is that? That means once upon a time, the moon did not exist. So what powers was people working on that the moon appeared in the sky? The moon could be an observation base. There can be different space, programs, people landing on the other side of the moon. You know what I mean? And here's the thing about that. The moon changes many colors, right? But in an understanding of the moon being in control of the ocean, so on and so forth, we can look at this and we can say that everything is not always what it seems. But you remember what they told you in Transformers about the dark side of the moon. And then if you go back, they'll tell you that they found a spacecraft on the moon that had a woman in it that was of the darker variety complexion, and she happened to be excess amount of years old. And they use this, right? They even tell you about a black box and all of this other stuff, right? I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but I've been paying attention. I've been studying different stuff. They said in the 70s or the 60s, they had a gentleman come out of nowhere called Valid Thor. This guy came out of nowhere. He had access to the Pentagon that nobody else had access to. He said he was a time traveler from the future. He told them not to do or deal with weapons of mass destruction and so on and so forth. He's like the only person in the history to have military access and not be military personnel. Look him up. Look him up. I didn't make up the history of this shit. So if I didn't make up the history of this stuff, y'all tell me what's going on. Huh? Y'all tell me what's going on, please. Because I'm getting confused. Because if I'm not the one writing this shit down, I'm not the one making this shit up. That means history is changing. History keeps changing. And we keep rewriting it. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Namaste, Ashe, salutations, shalom, peace, peace. Appreciate everybody for stopping in. Make sure you guys hit the heart me at the top, join the team, become a member. And if you want, you can also subscribe to the page. Subscribe to the page. Subscriptions are good. Subscriptions are always good, right? And gift and all of that other stuff that TikTok allows you to do. We are trying to build back up our space over here. We are trying to build back up the level of conversation over here. A lot of you guys' minds have actually woke up and you're yearning and thirsting for a knowledge that you feel like is supposed to be down here. You're searching for something that you feel like you lost. You can feel it inside yourself. Your sleep is off. You're waking up in the middle of the night and you're reaching for your phone like you're waiting for a message, but you're not waiting for a message because you know what you do as soon as you get your phone? You start scrolling. You know why you're scrolling? Because your soul, your conscious within inside of yourself is telling you that your ass is supposed to be seeking knowledge of some type of variety that you supposed to already know. It's like your spirit came back into the body and was like, hold up, wait a minute. Where's all that shit that I left behind? Where's all that knowledge that I left behind? I left an ass load of knowledge down here. Where the hell is it at? You like, what the hell? What the helly? What the heliante? And now your spirit is putting your body into operation to find that knowledge again. You know what I mean? For real. Some of y'all don't even be nowhere near thinking about catching me online. Y'all just be like, what the hell? I must have knew something. We must have tapped me and told me he was online putting out knowledge. That's because you are part of this collective. You don't know it yet. You don't know that you're a part of my collective. That's why I keep on popping up on y'all feed. It's not because I'm operating on multiple pages that I'm popping up on y'all feed. We in the same algorithm because y'all searching for the same shit I'm searching for. Y'all the outcasts of the family. Y'all the ones that got thrown away. Y'all are the meek that inherit the earth or the hair lot. If you don't know what a hair lot is, that's my all my night walkers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who the fuck y'all are. Embrace yourself. Y'all know y'all creatures of the night. Y'all know y'all only pop out at night. Y'all sleep all day and pop out at night. That's why the fuck y'all finding me. Because I'm fucked up. I don't sleep. I'm up all day and I'm up all night. I'm fucked up in the head. Okay. I'm getting 4 hours of sleep, and that's the max my body gonna allow me to sleep. I feel like I need to do some shit. But it says the meek and the hair lot should inherit the earth. Guess who y'all is? Y'all are the meek and the motherfucking hair lot. Welcome to the new world. Okay? Okay? Some of y'all are promiscuous. So what? So what if you promiscuous? So what? Okay? You like to get your freak on. So what? So what? All right? But we here together. We doing this shit together. My mom had 13 kids. My grandmom had 15 kids. So fuck it. Everybody get your freak on. Not in the Diddy way. Do it responsibly. Freak responsibly. But you got to stop letting your guilty pleasures be your downfall when it comes to your ascension process. I think that's the real point that I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to say go out there and, freak crazy. I'm saying stop letting people govern you based off of your guilty pleasures, right? If you like feet, don't let nobody shame you for liking feet, If you find kneecap sexy, don't let nobody shame you for finding kneecap sexy. That's what the story of Christ was when he took Mary Magdalene with him. Mary Magdalene was a representation of the sacral chakra. She wasn't a representation of the prostitute that they depicted her to be. She was a representation of guilty pleasures, because her beauty, her attraction, however you want to look at it. So she washed his feet with her hair, You know how dirty feet was getting back then? Huh? These motherfuckers just was wearing sandals in the desert time. It ain't like they was walking through grassy fields and shit. This was the time of dirt and dung. Probably stepped on, donkey shit and everything. And she washed his feet with her hair. But Mary Magdalene was a representation. And the reason why the feet thing is there is because this is the root chakra, right? There's a 0-point chakra up under your feet, right? This is why they put the sole on the bottom of your sneaker and have you walk on your sole, right? Because it's the mockery of it. It's the mockery of it. So all these things are deeper understandings, okay? But Mary Magdalene was a representation of the, sacral chakra. And Jesus took his sacral pleasures. He took his guilty pleasures with him. Jesus walked in a way that they couldn't govern. They couldn't govern him. They couldn't make him feel guilty for his actions. They couldn't make him feel guilty for working on the Sabbath day. They couldn't make him feel guilty for feeling like a god. When they asked him, where did you get this knowledge from? He said, is it not written in ye laws that ye are gods? Right? When he started teaching people and, showing people the way, they got mad. They say, why are you teaching people this? Why are you teaching people? So he's saying, like, is it not written that you are great? Why are we not all teaching people that they're great? They didn't want everybody to know their greatness. This is why Christ said, all things I could do, you could do and more, because he was teaching other people to be great. He wasn't just being great himself and utilizing his greatness to get other people to praise him or anything. He was teaching other people, hey, you got this ability too. He taught himself. He was self-taught. When going to the teachers, he would tell the teachers, they say, I'm going to teach you the alpha. He say, oh yeah, you teach me the alpha, I teach you the beta. Think about it. If we live in a narcissistic world, these teachers nowadays don't like students to one-up them, to tell them, hey, listen, you name one teacher that you go to. I went to my teacher one time, and my teacher had us doing all these spelling words. I think it was like the 4th grade or the 5th grade, something around that. She had us doing all these spelling words and stuff. And I just really wanted to know. So I was like, I asked her, I was like, where do, letters come from? Where the alphabet come from? Where do language come from? Where did it first start at? And she looked at me and she was like, that's a good question. You should go home and look that up and come back for extra credit. Hold on. I didn't ask you that shit for you to make more work for me. I didn't say that for you to make me what? But this is the stuff that they say, because in the mind of a kid, it would discourage me from asking questions. You put me to work. I'm asking a question thinking I'm going to get an answer, and you put me to work. You know what I'm saying? Even with a lot of stuff, the mind challenges you, right? Someone told you that you had to eat food. When you was a kid, you had a natural energy of staying, like you would stay hungry. This is why they place certain levels of things during the time of development. This is why, as you also develop inside your body, if y'all think I'm lying about this, and I want y'all to put ones in the chat, for everything that I'm about to say that I'm right about. Okay. And make sure y'all follow. Make sure y'all hit the button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Because what I'm about to tell you, when you think about it, you're going to be like, damn, he is spot on. Okay. How they say a dog is lived on a 7-year span. So 1 year to us is 7 years to a dog, however you want to look at it. But I want you to take that equation, that 7-year idea of dog life, and add that to your mind, right? Every 7 years, something take place in your mind that is growth, right? So as you grow every 7 years from the time you're born, the 7-year marker, something take place in your mind. Now, I want you to add that to the mathematical equation of your life, right? And I want you to think what takes place at the 7-year marker of every part of your life. At 7 years old, what's taking place? Huh? What fear is taking place at 7 years old? You give up? The fear of being separated from your parents, because that's when you're going into the first grade, right? This is when you're going into the first grade at 7 years old. From 6 to 7, they're placing this fear there. Your parent is placing the fear there. Oh my God, my baby's about to go to school. Oh, I got to leave them in school for 8 hours. I got to leave them. I got to drop them up in the morning and so on. Before that, you're in pre-K or whatever and in kindergarten, and your mom's dropping you off for 2-3 hours, coming to pick you up. You get the early morning schedule or the afternoon schedule, whatever. You're going into the no. At 6 years old, you are going into the first grade. 6 to 7 years old, you are going into the first grade. School starts in September, depending on when your birthday is. And I know this because I had this problem with my youngest son. His birthday fell in August. Therefore, school started on his birthday. So therefore, he was 1 grade ahead. And because my other son's birthday is in October, he was 1 grade behind. And the 6th grade is when you go into the 6th going into 7 is when you go into the first grade. Before that, you're 5 years old in kindergarten. Before that, it's pre-K, right? Exactly. I know what I'm saying. You can try to find a way to try to combat me on what I'm saying, or you can not you guys, not the people who's actually understanding what I'm saying, but the people who wants to come in and be like, you're in the 2nd grade at 7. You're in the second. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're taking the summer out. You're taking the split out. You're actually in the first grade. You're 7 years old. You're either coming out of the first grade or you're graduating and going into the 2nd grade at 7, about to be 8, whatever you want to look at it. But it's 6 going into 7. That's the first year, right? And then at the next 14 marker, at the next 7-year marker, what's happening? You're 13, 14 going into high school and puberty hits. And this is also what takes place in a man body at the 13-year marker. You start secretion, you start your sac becomes full, and you start being able to produce a seed, right? This is what's taking place in the body, right? So at the 14-year marker, you're going into high school and your puberty hits and your body is altering. This is why Christ first appeared at 13 when he appeared at the church and he tore the church up. This is when Christ went to Jerusalem the first time. This is what's taking place in your body. Christ is the seed in the body. At the 13-year marker, your seed goes to what? Jerusalem. Your hormones come in, your hormones change, right? Christ is that of which is the hormones. So therefore, it's a hormonic energy, right? So that's at the 14-year marker. You're going into the 9th grade. That's the fear that's placed in this world. 9th grade hazing, right? You remember the fear that was placed going into 9th grade, going into high school, right? They're going to get you. You're new to the school, so on and so forth, right? That's at the 14-year marker, right? Duality, they say. As above, so below, as without, so within. So as something is taking place inside of you, this is what they're doing outside of you. Now, a woman comes into this a lot sooner, maybe around 11. Now it's like 9 years old. I think you like women are coming into their, having their menstrual cycle or whatever. And y'all go through the same thing. It's just different. It's just different. Am I not? One's in the chat. Am I lying? One's in the chat. You guys are coming into it at probably 11 years old, or it used to be a 13. It used to be around that same age. Don't take yourself out of the equation. Something is taking place in your body around this time also. Come on. Come on. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. What's happening around this time? Your breast is developing, the fear of having small titties, the fear of starting your period while you at school. Come on. Come on. The fear is placed there around these time markers. Right? Oh, let's get to the next 7-year marker. 21. 21. This the big one right here. This is where they introduce you to spirits, right? This is the drinking marker. Right? This is the real marker right here, ain't it? You can't tell people to stop smoking. Here's why. Here's why you can't tell people to stop smoking. Watch this. Watch this. If you are a conspiracy theorist and you already believe that the atmosphere is being affected, right? Then you are already taking things in your body that your body is telling you that you don't need. So when your body is craving certain things, it's because your body is already trying to fix something inside that it feel like is messed up. So there's certain chemicals that you are not getting, that your body, it's like, think about it like this. Your body might be telling you that it wants tomatoes and lettuce. But since your ass only eat tomatoes and lettuce on Taco Tuesday, your body has to do what? Your body has to send a signal to your mind to say, let me get some more of that shit that got the tomatoes and lettuce in it, which is tacos. Thus far creating a craving for tacos. Really, your body take the taco meat and shit it out, but it keeps the lettuce and tomatoes and stuff. But your ass don't know that because you ain't trying things that your body need, right? You ain't looking up different salts and minerals that your body's not getting. You're not looking up your zodiac chart to see what salts your body is not getting and why it needs certain things for the immune system. You're not putting blueberries back in your body to build your immune system. You're not, doing small micro dosing in order to build back your structure of your nervous system. You're not trying to find different ways to cleanse or clean your pineal. You're not putting a drop of atomic gold on your tongue, to flush your body out of certain things, right? But your body and your spirit is telling you, get right, get right. There's an ascension process that's taking place at this moment. We're in the Aquarius sky. This is what Christ fought for. This is what Christ said. Christ said, in the time of ascension, let's not make it hard for people. That's what he fought for. He said, during the next ascension process, don't make it hard for people. And that's what he fought for. And that's what he unalived for. Because during that time, he warned them and told them, hey, we're all going through an ascension process. Yes, I might be the first one to wake up, but there's something that's taking place through the Son. This is why they mocked him. Now we can understand it greatly. Now, when you break it down, you can understand it. But can you imagine Christ explaining photosynthesis or solar synthesis at the time of Christ? Can you imagine trying to explain that shit back then? Come on. Now we can sit here because we got the words for it and the verbiage for it, right? Can you explain? Can you imagine Christ back then telling people like, yes, the sun is affecting your body and it is causing you to have high levels of intellectual thinking. That's where I get my knowledge from. The sun. Can you imagine him telling them back then that shit? They would have laughed at him, mocked him, all types of shit, put crowns on his head, made him carry a cross. Huh? Christ telling them about light codes and shit like that, previous and future lives. Can you imagine somebody telling you, like, yes, in the future, I will come back as this. And then you're actually watching this person come back as this. That shit is scary, yo. That shit is scary as shit. Shit, you motherfuckers would be scared as hell if a motherfucker told you some shit like that. Huh? And y'all know y'all will. Y'all be running around doing what y'all doing right now, pointing, this is blasphemous. He's the devil. No, he cannot possibly know that. How does he know? How? Because we was here before. That's how. Fuck as you mean? Fuck as you mean? We was here before. Just because y'all want to keep forgetting that you was here before. That because you did the shit that you wasn't supposed to do. That's why you want to forget that we was here before. Huh? Yeah, be honest with yourself. You want to keep people forgetting. You don't want people to wake up because you scared of the shit that you did. You don't want to face your punishment. And it ain't even no damn punishment to face. That's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is there ain't even no punishment to face. And you motherfuckers are scared. Y'all is scared. And the punishment is already done. Like y'all been punished so long. Now that the gates is open and we no longer punished and we are accepted back into the Galactic Federation, y'all scared. They trying to put fear into y'all just so y'all can ascend again and realize that you free. They trying to scare y'all up out the prison. Think about that. Y'all done got so used to being in prison. Y'all motherfuckers, it ain't a guard in sight. Y'all still going to the child hall, still going to the mess hall, still taking your regular scheduled phone calls and shit. You ain't recognize that the guards are not there. Y'all just still doing the shit that prisoners do and shit. Even though we free, y'all just still walking around like, just the door wide open. You got people laying in the cell trying to convince they bunkie that ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody here. Come on, bro. We good. We can pretty much walk out the gate. They gonna add 5 years to your sentence. Shut the fuck. If you don't start ascending, if you don't get out here and be a better person, motherfuckers need to go clean up trash or some shit. I don't know what y'all need to do to be a better person, but y'all better start spreading some goodness. I promise you. Don't hug a tree. Hug a me. Hug a motherfucker that's hurting. Hug a motherfucker that's in pain. Hug a motherfucker that's going through some struggle. Hug a motherfucker that's going through some stuff. You is that tree. Somebody need a hug. You know damn well we grew up in the 90s and the 80s and shit. They stripped us from hugs in the 90s and 80s. Motherfuckers wasn't hugging us. They was telling us to be tough. Huh? I missed out on a couple of hugs. I would like those hugs back. Huh? Is there a place that I can go to transfer some hugs? I think I missed out on a lot of hugs when I was a kid. Got to get these motherfucking hugs back in order. Huh? Is there a hugathon going on around this motherfucker? Got all this shit going on. People unaliving each other for content on YouTube and doing all of this crazy shit. Where the fuck can I find a hug at? We need more hugs in the world, not just selective hugs. Huh? Y'all motherfuckers just want to hug certain people. No, everybody. Sitting there trying to determine who needs love and who don't. Everybody needs it. Yes, we made some mistakes. Yes, the choices that we made was for you know, did you ever check on them birds that's in that truck? Cause I walked by today and they was like, nah, nah, nah. I started to drop some chicken feed in their mouth. They in there. I don't know if whatever bird.
Yeah, I think there's a bird that flies down.
It's got to be a chicken, or you think it's a bird? You don't think it's one of the chickens that?
I don't think they're chickens.
The old chicken.
They look like swallow babies.
Mm.
They have the really long, like pointy mouth beak. I'll take a picture and post it and see what people say.
Okay. Yo, I'm telling you, man, I'm trying to, man, look, if there was a hug service, sign me up. We need more hugs, man, or at least phone calls, just something. People don't care in this world no more. Listen, man, I'm about to start a Discord phone call service where you just put your name on the list and I just give you a call to let you know somebody care, because there's so many people that's, in the operation of not caring. There's so many people that's in the operation of, only just caring about self, only, wanting to survive, sometimes, man, listen, I just want to know that people care. You know what I mean? If I'm not the one receiving the phone calls, then shit, I could be the one giving the phone calls. My phone don't ring. I'm sitting here with two phones and ain't got a motherfucker to call. Do you hear what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying it like that, like I'm hurt by it, The people that's in my circle is small. Like they know how we operate. So it ain't like, I'm saying that I don't got nobody, because I got the Atlas family, you know what I mean? And we listen, if you get over to the Discord, you will see that the Atlas family don't play. Huh? The Atlas family don't play. We've been on YouTube pushing out love, looking past all of the negative that they've been putting on us, trying to grow over there in that space. TikTok, we've been having a hell of a time growing over on YouTube. Listen, I need y'all to do me a favor. For the people that's on the two TikTok pages, listen, do me a favor. I know it's early, and I know a lot of y'all got ODD, and y'all don't like people telling y'all what to do. I suffer from that too. Okay, I suffer from that too. Okay, but I need y'all to go over to Ralph DaWise on YouTube. That's Ralph DaWise on YouTube. Just wave over there for me real quick, because there's a lot of y'all on both these pages, and I feel like if YouTube just sees that there's a wave for knowledge somewhere, they too will embrace that we want knowledge. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of what we about to form a world of like idiocracy or some shit. We got to do something different. We got to bring knowledge back. We got to start having a thirst for this shit. We praising dumb people. Like I'm sorry to say it, but come on, man. I listened to Ray J and wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to tell you, I didn't know Ray J was so dumb. For somebody that came from the church, for him to say he don't know what discernment is. Did y'all go back and watch that conversation with Nicki Minaj? He said he don't know what discernment is. He said that's like, trials and tribulations. That's like one of them words that discernment. You go back and watch some of these elites. R. Kelly said that he don't even know how to read. How the hell did the man who wrote Satan, don't you know we love you? How did he write or compose music and don't know how to read? You know what I'm saying? TLC fell for a blotch job. They out there stealing oodles and noodles from the corner store, and they out there. What? How is so many people getting? That means there's a lack of education in the world. That means people are making it, but they're not truly educated. I'm tired of fake it till you make it. I'm tired of y'all faking like y'all smart. I'm tired of y'all pretending like y'all intellectual beings. Give the real intellectual beings the spotlight. Let a real intelligent motherfucker talk. I'm tired of y'all faking like y'all intellectual beings, but then y'all just money hungry monsters. I'm tired. I'm tired of all y'all fake tarot readers out there that's acting like the universe needs money. No, yo ass need money. And you holding messages from the universe hostage to get that shit. That is wrong. That is wrong as hell that you holding messages from the universe hostage for your carnal endeavors. The universe is mad at you. I'm surprised the universe is still giving y'all even messages, because y'all fucking it all up. The universe ain't giving you no damn message for somebody that possibly could be broke for you to say $29.99. What if I don't got the $29.99? But it's an urgent message that the universe want me to have. Now, I fuck around and find out because I ain't got $29.99. Come on. That shit ain't right. You mean to tell me the universe got a message for me and it told you, right? Now, I want y'all to think about this. The universe got a message for you, but it told it to somebody else. What the fuck? Name one universe that worked like that. Huh? That's an indirect ass universe. The universe has a message for you, but you have to come to me to get it. No, that don't even make no motherfucking sense. That is it. The universe don't work like that. The universe got a motherfucking message for me. The universe is going to come to me and give it to me. Because why would the universe give my message to somebody else? That don't even make no motherfucking sense. You got to go over here to get the message that when the universe can just come to you directly. The universe knows you. Universe knows you. How the fuck else did it send a message down here for you if it didn't know you? The universe don't work on no motherfucking mail service. The universe ain't like, hey, I couldn't find this person. Can you pass along this? That's not how the motherfucking universe work. Motherfuckers is down here tricking us and shit. Peace, peace, peace. Love is love. Namaste. I say salutations. Shalom. Hey, appreciate the follows. I'm going to follow back. Don't get it fucked up. I do follow back. If you did hit the follow button, I'm pretty sure you got to follow back. And if you didn't, just wait until the live is over, because, you know, if you follow too fast, you know, TikTok be fucking with you when you follow too fast. And sometimes I be hitting that motherfucking, I be clicking it, ticking it. But y'all make sure y'all hit the follow button. I'm going to try to follow back. Love is love. Hey, listen, and we got to bring knowledge back to this world, man. Ladies, I'm telling y'all, the power is yours. Stop giving these dumbass niggas coochie. I'm telling you, that Cat Williams said it. He said, all you big dick deviants is going down. Y'all got to start giving the intellectual niggas some. Look, it don't matter. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Make them read a book, or make a dumb nigga read a book or something. I don't know. Tell them they gotta read 3 books a week or some shit. Broaden their thinking. You gotta strengthen that seed somehow, man. You don't see our youth, huh? I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. One's in the chat. Y'all want to know the secret? Huh? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to know this secret. Okay. Scientists, and y'all better hit the follow button, because this is scientifically proven. All right. Y'all better hit the follow button. Y'all better subscribe to the page. I'm telling you, scientists has been studying the shrinkage of mankind. Okay. The scientists, listen to what I'm saying. Scientists have been studying the shrinkage of mankind. That's crazy. That means somewhere along the line, we started getting smaller, smaller. And you can look at it right now and look at the statue of what's coming in. And it's like the youth now is more fragile than the youth that was coming out in the 80s. Look at them. Half of the kids now can't lift over 150 pounds. Oh, they might brag about being able to lift a 380, but they can't lift over 130, 150 pounds. All of them are smaller now. They're smaller built, right? And this is something that has been gradually happening, and no one has been trying to understand it. I mean, they've been studying it. This is where the strengthening of the seed comes in, right? Yeah, I only eat one time a day. This is where the strengthening of the seed comes in, right? This is where the alteration of estrogen and so on and so forth. This is why you have more feminine, masculine men out there now, so on and so forth, right? They've been studying this, right? And anybody who took a DMT or ayahuasca trip, they'll tell you when they go to the higher ups in the universe, they keep on asking the same question up there. Why are we sending the same type of people? Why are we sending the same type of people? They're not understanding why the low vibrational people are the ones ascending in the astral plane. The low vibrational people are trapping the light beings in the astral plane, and they're the only ones that are ascending into the higher realms. And the higher realms are getting mad because it's throwing off the balance. Does that make sense? One's in the chat if that makes sense. One's in the chat if that makes sense. So Mother Love, Sophie, dragons, if you're looking at it, they are mad. Sophie is mad at her children, the Dracos, and so on and so forth, because they messed up this verse by taking knowledge out of it, right? Remember, there was a fight for wars. They tore down libraries, so on and so forth. So now that the knowledge is not in the world, no one's speaking on a higher vibrational frequency. No one's governing their words. If we are stars of morning, then we are supposed to know how to transfer that energy that is a morning star energy. So we're supposed to know how to take in this low vibration negative that people keep giving us and turn it into positive. This is why people say, man, you go through trouble, but you wear that shit well. It seems like it don't matter what somebody bring you, you finding a way out of it. You know, you're figuring out the equation, right? And people look at you and they think like you wear trouble well. Did you just draw that?
No, it's a new type of tattoo. Doesn't that look real?
It looks real. So yeah, so growth and development, right? They told you 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and Cat Williams told you this. This is why I've been saying, like, we need to really sit down and talk about this. Cat Williams told you that full disclosure is information trickling in at bits of time, right? Well, guess what? Time doesn't exist. So, according to the ascension process, all this knowledge can be given at one time because time doesn't exist. So when it says full disclosure, universal knowledge, all this other stuff that they're talking about, we created this when we started talking about the conspiracy theories heavy. We was on TikTok talking about the conspiracy theories heavy. I remember so many different pages. I remember people that was arguing about the magnetosphere. I remember people that was sitting there arguing about the Bible, arguing about this. I remember this was like 2002, 2001, 2021, 2022, somewhere around that. It was crazy. They started, listen, it got so bad that the government was like, our problem is the conspiracy theorists. I was like, what the fuck? Golden Queen, what's going on with you? Shit was so real. I was like, what? How was we the problem? Y'all remember that shit? But I was liking it though. I was liking it because it was bringing ether back to the verse. It was pouring ether back into the world. You guys don't know that we are the ones that pump off ether. This is why they started studying it. This is why the eclipse happened. All of that stuff because they started measuring the ether that's in the world, right? And it's coming off of us. And then they determined, like, oh shit, it's not just coming off of us, it's coming off the Americans. Like, America now is pumping off. It could be our land, it could be the grounds, it could be whatever. But here in America, the people of this land, all people, white people, black people, it don't matter if you Chinese here now, whoever the fuck here in America, your body is pumping off ether. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we should unite because you here now. You here. So you are part of that pumping off the ether too. So if you here in America and you here wherever the fuck you at, follow me on all my pages, okay? Follow don't what? You don't want to follow me on all my pages. Who am I? What do you mean who am I? I'm the person sitting here giving you all this great knowledge. You better hit the follow button. Shit. All right. Appreciate you, Johnny. I see you. I see y'all. I see some of y'all. That's what I'm talking about, Johnny. Appreciate you. Perry. I appreciate you. Okay, we got some people on this page too. Hold on. I got a bunch of pages going on. Hold on. Slow it down. Slow it down. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't want y'all to follow me this fast. Hold on. Slow down. Slow it down. Slow down. Slow it down. I only got one hand. I'm using the other hand to puff puff pass to myself. Hold on. Okay. Forgot you was here. Forgot you was here. Shit. You know, I was feeling like that damn what's that movie Flushed Away? You know, when that thing was like, I'm dancing with myself. Before he got flushed down the toilet. You never see that cartoon Flushed Away?
I did.
That was one of my favorite cartoons. I used to watch that. Well, actually, Sensei and Nasir used to always put on that and Over the Hedge. They used to always want to watch that and Over the Hedge.
I like Over the Hedge.
Yeah. I ain't see the second one though.
Second one?
Mm-hmm. Over the Hedge too. Hmm? I partly seen the second one though. Cause they fuck with that bear again. They call me Cray. Talk to me. Yeah. Also on the TikTok page, Energy of Atlas, not Energy Atlas, but the Energy of Atlas. We will be playing a game on there later on. So if you're a gamer, if you play Warzone, Call of Duty, please, hop in the stream, tap the screen. We do play the game on these accounts. And if you are interested in building an account, need help building an account, trying to stay within the algorithm, how to build in the algorithm, we do know some tricks of how to build your page, how to grow your page. We are with a agency on TikTok, even though we don't comply with none of the agency rules. What? What, man? They want me to do that damn gaming stuff. I mean, not gaming, like battling and begging for coin and all of that shit. I'm not doing that. I don't want to. Like, I don't care if I don't get, the recognition if I only get a small amount of people. They told me and ensured me that I wouldn't have to change what I did. So therefore, if I don't have to change what I do, there's no way you should be forcing me to do those battles because I watch those battles and that shit fucks with your feelings and emotions more than your favorite sports team.
It's like being
Shit.
picked at
Fuck
when you were a
that.
kid.
At least my favorite sports team let me down once a week, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because we get victories. I only got to worry about that shit once a week. And that's it, not all year round. Now they got you going through motherfucking 92 failures in one day. Battle somebody, you lost. Battle again, you lost. Battle. I'm fucking tired of losing. I'm watching people crash out. Look at known cats. Hold on. Where known cats at? They're gonna say I'm bullying. Watch this. Look at this thing. nigga 90 this nigga 46 years old. He think he a baddie. He laying in the bed with.
Oh,
He got a Ninja Turtle blanket laying in the bed with and he live while he doing it. Like, so he's literally turning on the live and going to sleep.
yeah, so they can see that it looks like he's living or he's sleeping on the floor, which he's not.
But why
He acts
though?
like he's asleep. He's not asleep. He
Right. That's what I'm saying. And see, here's the thing about the phone, and it's only gonna let you stay like maybe 3 hours, 4 hours before that thing pop up to make sure you still active on the screen. You know what I mean?
Like within the first hour. It always happens to me like right away.
Nah, I was just pointing out TikTok and how TikTok got people grifting now and shit. You know, how got these people on here lying and shit for weeks at a time for coin. You know, lying and making it seem, and then all this negative start happening around them. Look at Grit Baby. You know, look at all these people on here that had their chance, had their opportunity to build something better for themselves and fumbled it. You know, they gave it to the people who, you know, they knew was going to fuck up, you know, mess up the bag. They gave it to the people who they knew was addicted. You know, they knew had these problems. You know what I mean? Look at Detroit Mike. You know what I mean? Look at even the one couple, the French Dutchman and the Dutchman and the Frenchman and the Duchess. R.I.P. to them. But look at the false operation. And then due to the fact that everybody's paying for crash outs. How are y'all paying for crash outs? Yo, listen, I need everybody to go over to YouTube. Get over to my YouTube page, Ralph DaWise. That's Ralph DaWise on YouTube. Ralph DaWise on YouTube. Go over to Ralph DaWise on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube page. If you're on TikTok, hit the follow button. I will try to follow everybody back. I see you, Top Dog. Appreciate the follow. Let me give you a follow back. I don't know how to get pushed into the algorithm strongly. I do know how to build a page. I do know how to draw people to the page. Sometimes I don't keep people on the page due to the fact that I'm not doing all the things that other people are doing. But as you can see, I am a real person. I'm a real person. So, but however you want to look at this, I want people to listen to what I'm saying, right? In 2 weeks, the planet Nubaru will be seeable again. I want people to listen to what I'm saying. I don't want people to get caught up with, you know, my background or backdrop or, you know, my face or trying to say this or nice hat, all of this shit. I went through that over here already. You know, I know people are in their carnal state. I know people are in their carnal mind. I get it. I get it. You know, I can't personally get people out of that. You know, you got a spam call. Somebody interfering. Somebody don't want you to listen. And I'm trying, you know, a lot of times we sit and we try to understand exactly what's going on in this world, what's happening with us. Some of you guys didn't dream. You know, some of you guys wasn't having dreams for a while, and now your dream state is back active again. You know, your elusive dreaming. Some of you guys having, you know, vivid deja vu, you know, where you're actually, you know, feeling these moments happening already. Your sleep is changing. You know, you're feeling like you know some shit that you shouldn't know. You know what I mean? Got your ass paranoid, walking around, looking over your shoulder and shit, like you know some shit, like you ain't supposed to know some shit, but you know some shit. and you don't even know how you know the shit that you know. You just like, I know some shit, because you're in a time of I know. Like before, we was in the Pisces era, and that was a belief state, right? That was a belief state of being, right? So we was in the a belief. It was easy to tell people something because everybody was willing to believe, right? Now that we in the time of I know, right? You got to show and prove. Everybody don't want to just believe no more. You can't just sell a story to nobody no more. Everybody walking around with the yeah right face. Huh? Everybody walking around with the yeah right. Now you got to show me. Everybody at that moment. Yeah, right. You got to show me. You know what I mean? So it's because we're in an I know state of mind. We're in an I know state of mind. So everybody is in an I know state. Even kids. Even kids is looking at you like, Mom, I know. Mom, I know. And you looking at them like, you can't know. Because I'm telling you now. You know? You got to be careful. You got to be careful. And I'm not saying that, to say like, good things are not happening in the world. Good things is happening in the world. You just got to embrace the change that's got to come with those good things, right? If corrupted people ruled the world, if bad people ruled the world, then you got to watch that corruption get pushed out. You got to watch that negative get pushed out. And it's probably going to be hard for a lot of people to stay positive as they watch the negative get pushed out, because I don't know how close the negative is to you. You know what I mean? Shit, your ass might be the negative. So you might be the negative that I'm talking about getting pushed out. So you got to move out the way. Let the universe do what it's going to do. This is why the universe said, just heap hot, heat, wishing good on your enemies is like heaping hot coals up under them. Do for your enemy, feeding them, all of that stuff. Because listen, I don't know what the universe got planned for nobody. This is why I don't pray for nobody, and I don't ask people to pray for me. I pray for everybody, like pray over everybody, because I want everybody to be in good mindset, so on and so forth. But when it comes to praying for people, right? People say, "Oh, pray for me." Listen, I don't know what your ass did. I don't know. The universe got a special list for all of us and got things that we need to go through, trials and tribulations. I pray that you see, I pray that you get through it. I pray that you get through it. I pray that trouble don't last always. But I don't know what your ass did. You know what I mean? Some of y'all out here doing wicked shit and then telling people to pray for y'all. Nah, that shit might hit me. You know what I mean? For real. For real. Think about the hoods and the bad neighborhoods. All y'all buried. A lot of people buried kids that wasn't out here doing the good shit. They's out here pew-pewing at people, doing all of this shit. Huh? Think about it. Think about it. At every funeral, everybody go to heaven. Not everybody. Y'all know damn well some of them people did not go. They was down here being bad than a motherfucker. They was down here doing shit that they wasn't supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting there talking about something, my baby up in heaven. No, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Fuck that. I'm gonna be the realist. You know what I mean? For real. Well, some of y'all out here raising NBA young boys and little Dirks and shit. And y'all talking about something, my baby, my baby. Fuck that. You should have stopped your baby from doing the shit your baby was doing. Your baby stopped being a baby a long time ago. Some of y'all out here putting y'all hands on women and shit like that. Yeah, there's a special. You going to the foot of hell. You going somewhere. because everybody's not going to heaven. I'm sorry, some of y'all ain't supposed to be there. What? The pastor talk about some, oh, they in heaven and this. No, some of y'all ain't. So they didn't send people there that wasn't supposed to be there. Y'all know damn well the churches and shit done collected y'all money at these funerals, knowing damn well the people that they was putting in the dirt wasn't supposed to be there. Y'all making it seem like everybody just want to have. Nope. Tell the truth. No, hell is on earth. Hell is the conditions of what you put your spirit through on earth. Some of y'all are living y'all hell right now. You're creating a hell for yourself. Hell is a spiritual condition, right? It's a void, right? It's a greed. It's a lack of control over oneself. It's a dark place. You know what I mean? It's not a physical place. So therefore, if it's not a physical place, then hell always exists, because people create different levels of hell within inside themselves. And then they live a recycle and a reoccurrence of that. Like all the traumas and stuff that you keep on holding yourself to keeps you in a cycle of that hell. So when you come back, you keep on adding more and more to your void. You keep on adding more and more to your void. So you can't get out of the void, because you got to learn to let go, let love, and let God. Did I say that right? I think I said that right. Somehow, some way, you got to stop letting the traumas become you. You got to stop letting the trials and tribulations become you. You got to stop letting all of these things that we're going through as we practice the duality. See, our spirit is going through something inside of us, and there's an expression for that spirit that is going through something inside of us. And our physical world is the expression of something that's going on inside of us. So if you take that fight inside, then your outside will surely change. And it doesn't matter if you have to change people, places, and things, right? But surely your outside will change, because the inside of you yearns for difference. The inside of you yearns for better, right? And it doesn't matter what you have to go through, who you have to break away from, who you have to step away from, who you have to walk away from. When the spirit inside of you is strong enough, you will walk away from your mama, you'll walk away from your kids, you'll walk away from the dog, the net, you will walk away. And that's what the separation is. When these carnal things are no longer of a glory to you, your spirit is going to still be there. You still will walk within the spirit. Your spirit is eternal. It's everlasting. The detachment is real. So therefore, your discernment should be that much realer. Because when you get to a point where you just want to walk away, see, this is why John preached to the wilderness, because he got to a point where they didn't want to listen in the cities. They didn't want to listen in these big places, right? So he had to go and preach to the wilderness. I mean, he knew that he was going to preach to something. I mean, it didn't matter. He would have talked to a tree. Huh? But he knew he was going to preach to something. But this is why these storylines is placed, because within inside yourself, you're going through that fight. You're going through that. You're you know, your inside, your state of mind is changing, your state of being is changing, the operation of self is changing. Inside yourself, you're searching for a greater union. Inside yourself, you're yearning to be a part of a greater collective. You can feel it, you know. Sometimes it goes away and you're like, man, where is it? Where'd it go? Where's that feeling at again? Because it's a wave. So it's like riding a wave. Sometimes it's up and it's a euphoria, and it's almost as if you're getting high off of it. Your passions come back. You got drive again. You're like, oh my God, where is this coming from? You place it on somebody that came into your life. You like, man, ever since you came into my life, things has been great. you know? And when you do that, you're actually giving somebody your power. Really, it's you. It's you. Something changed in you. You learned how to love, right? But you don't notice how every time you learn how to love yourself, somebody come along and steal it. Huh? You ain't ever noticed that. You ain't never noticed how every time you finally start loving yourself, somebody come along and take it. Huh? Because when you start loving yourself, that's when you see that you can love somebody else and you start searching for love again. But then they put you in that trauma, that cycle. Huh? And then people start taking credit for your love. People start telling you that you ain't nothing without them, or they'll trick you and make it seem like they nothing without you. Thus far, putting you in the operation to never leave them, which is trauma bonding to you and stopping you from growing inside yourself. Because if you do grow inside yourself, then they figure that you don't want them. So they got to keep you where you at in order for you to always need them or want them. So therefore, you in a fucked up situation anyway. Because see, people want to be needed and not wanted. See, it's a difference between being wanted and not needed. See, when people want to be needed, they got to put you in a position to keep on needing them. They're not going to show you how to get out of the situations that you in, because then you're not going to need them. Then you would have to want them. And they're scared that you don't want them. So they keep you in need. That's why I say a nose in need deserve puff indeed. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit gotta stop. Huh? I don't want to trauma bond with y'all. I don't want to do it. I want to enlighten y'all. I want to try to teach y'all how to get out of this, how to perceive and watch for people that is in secret, competition with you. Sometimes it be your own mama. Sometimes it be your own mama. Go to your mama and be like, Mom, I just got engaged. And your mom gonna be like, to who? All the negative gonna come. No celebration, none of that shit. That's how you know. When a motherfucker start looking for the negative in your celebration, huh? What does it matter to who? I'm getting married. Fuck you mean to who? It's me. Fuck it to who? You know what I'm saying? Shit. Why are you thinking about go tell somebody you plan on taking a vacation. Just I emptied out my bank account. I'm going on a cruise. Watch how fast they put the negative on your shit. Especially if they need you, to stick around, watch how fast they motherfucker put the negative. You can't do that. I might need to borrow something next week. Who going, huh? Let me get this. I'm trying to tell you, they're gonna see. People only keep you around for what they can get up out your ass. Do you hear me? If you ain't a necessity in somebody's life, you got a lonely life. I promise you. For real. We gotta keep on needing you, keep on doing shit for you. I knew it was a trap. This world is a trap. You gotta learn to let go. That's why I let go of every stuff. Everything. I walk away from shit quick. I used to tell people back in the day, just say it right now that you don't ever want to see me again. I'm going to delete you out my phone expeditiously. Let them let their feelings and emotions get the best of them. Watch how fast I delete their ass out my phone. Because some of y'all want to be smart and be like, yeah, I don't never want to talk to you again. Boop, boop, boop. Say no more. Blocking you on all social media platforms, all of that shit. I will gladly walk away from people. I hate being a burden. I hate being a nuisance. Appreciate the green app. Yo, y'all make sure y'all hit me on the green app. If you don't know what the green app in your phone, just look at your phone. You'll know what the green app is. Just stare at your phone long enough. You'll figure out what the green app is. And if you don't know what the green app is, then you probably ain't got it in your country, okay? But y'all make sure y'all hit me on the green app. 'Cause you know you can't say other shit. you can't you can't say other shit. So hit me on the green app. Hey, listen, the universe does what it do, you know. Make sure y'all, if you guys want help with link trees, if you guys want help building your page, check out my link tree and click on the form that you fill out. Follow my social media, or all my other accounts if you would like, trying to get to the Discord. I think there's a link on both the TikToks to the Discord. So if anybody wants, get over to the Discord, message me over there, and I'll help you build your page, help you grow. We do operate on multiple accounts at the same time because, hey, listen, we're multidimensional beings. Sometimes we talk about knowledge. Sometimes we laugh about people who constantly wear black bras and talk shit on the internet. AKA Jaguar Wright and the gang. And she has a hell of a lot of different characters with her, such as Big Hungry Cece, and Ronnie Flo, and she has another counterpart group that has entities with them, as the Atwood Network. They got all of these different characters that we laugh about over on YouTube. And we have been spending a lot of time over on YouTube pointing out and laughing about these characters over there, right? And they've been getting upset. They've been mad at us because we've been pointing out their operation, their false nonprofit organizations that they have, their false, their money laundering, their grifting. We've been pointing this out, we don't care. Just like we did over here on TikTok with Miss Nitra, with her ass trying to do that fake scavenger hunt for, green app scams, and with, known cash, when he tried to say he's been in the car for 20 damn years. How you been a homeless bum grifting for 25 years on the internet, but bragging about having over 200,000 followers on YouTube? Those things don't go together. You can't brag about having a 200,000. I got 100 miles on YouTube. Yeah, but you still in your car, my boy. You've been grifting on YouTube and now on TikTok for 20 plus years. This shit got to stop. And now he mad because everything falling apart and he can't do what he do. He's sleeping in the Ninja Turtle blanket out there looking like he want to be, like he auditioning for the Bad Girls Club and shit. Baddie, pose for me. He about 49 years old, talking about something now. He about to find him a girlfriend. What? If you don't stop this kid shit, you is a grown adult. Sick of this. I'm so tired of it. Look at Grip Baby. Is that her name? Grip Baby. She's doing whole lines on TikTok. That's how comfortable she done got. She listening to Kurt Franklin and doing Booger Sugar. This shit's got to stop, man. I'm so tired of watching this, man. And then you got the people that just sit there and get belligerent, like just drunk as hell, and they just start splurring out a bunch of shit, yelling at the camera. You remember we watched it. That's why I try to tell Black Diamond and them, stop this shit. They was just doing that shit, talking about messy TikTok, messy TikTok. I said, cut this shit out. They just kept doing it.
They made a lot of money doing it.
They did make a lot of money doing it, but they had to jump on different accounts afterwards because the IRS don't play, and the IRS probably looking for that money that they made off of that shit.
Yep.
All of them cup sales, all of that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Kev the comic couldn't sell those damn pies fast enough. That's why he was on TikTok telling lies like he was, you know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't sell them motherfucking pies. You know what I mean? Rick, I've been told Rick dumbass to get away from Kev. I told Rick dumbass March of last year, don't let Kev spoil it. You know what I'm saying? What'd he do? Let Kev spoil it. I told them when they was doing it. I said, bro, why don't y'all just put together? I even sent messages. Look, the dude, DJ Soul Child, thought he was slick, right? He literally took the message that I sent him on the back end, said it was a great idea. But then I said, bro, don't try to cut me off and then use my idea, right? This nigga cut me off and used my idea. But he tried to use Braid King as the rerouter of the idea. So then Braid King created the messy house. I said, oh, you dirty motherfuckers, y'all want controversy to sell so bad that y'all ain't even take the time to really listen to the idea that I was bringing to the table. Y'all just decided to run and put this motherfucking welfare house together. No, that's what it is. It's a welfare house. It's terrible. All this crying and shit they doing now, they mad they page is getting snatched up. Hey, somebody took my man, I got away from that shit a long time ago. As soon as I seen that wave hitting TikTok, I was like, yeah, I ain't even about to do this. All of them. Even the people that was contacting me, you remember, what's her name? Breakfast Keys with Teas, Breakfast Teas with Key, whatever her name was, Kiana. Yeah. Helped her build her page. She put a whole motherfucker, and then she kept on trying to make a beef with me. And then I'm telling her about the agency I'm with. She gonna try to make it seem like, oh, I want the Chicago John. And Chicago John didn't tell you the shit. I gave you the motherfucker. I got your first two. That's why I said, you know what? Let me just step away from these people. And then you got damn old boy keep calling my phone on the back end trying to be like, what you doing? What you up to? What the get the stuff. You know what? Y'all motherfuckers been contacting me for the last 3 years, man, doing this weird ass espionage shit, trying to learn what the fuck I'm up to, stealing my intellectual properties, and got me arguing and doing dumb shit as y'all steal my intellectual properties. That's why I'm so glad TikTok changed the rules. Thank you, TikTok, for protecting my intellectual properties. And thank you, TikTok, for stopping all these damn grifters over here that was making money with they false ass this and false ass that. They was putting all these people out there trying to lie and make it seem like these people need help just so they can get and grift money for them. Got me caught up in shit. I started sending people money thinking that they really need help. Motherfucker started contacting me like, can you send me $60 more? Can you send me $50 more? I was like, whoa, hold on. This shit is not normal. Man, listen, I had to back away. Y'all started using this shit for survival tactics and grifting. I don't know. All the addicts and shit started coming out grifting and shit. That's where Jaguar got into it from. Jaguar was a streetwalker. You hear me? She was sleeping outside in the park with ants and shit biting her up. And then in 2020, she said, I need a new way. Okay, well, in 2017, she said, I need a new way. And then she wrote a book where she said, Jay-Z was a perfect gentleman. That was in 2017. Then in 2020, after some ants bit her ass up outside when she was asleep, she had an epiphany. And she was like, fuck that. Hey, Leotis, appreciate the super chat. She said, fuck that. I gotta find a different way. You know what I'm saying? She said, fuck that. I gotta make a different way. And then after that, that's when all of these, stories started coming out and stuff. And then, also you got to look at Ali Carter, But now as we watch this whole tobacco unfold with, Sean Carter, Sean Diddy Combs. Shit. Now you see what's going on. All these people are using different forms of the government. Not the government, but the public's eye in order to misinform us, to create different narratives in our mind, right? So however you want to look at this, there's a mental game being played because now we don't know who the right victims are. We don't know who to actually give our loving energy to, right? We know some people got hurt, and maybe the people that got hurt ain't even here to tell the stories anymore. And all these other fictional characters that you see is the fraudulent people that know about the shit happening, and they're just using different variations of stories of people that they know are already unalive, because that's what it seems like they're doing anyway, is using the people that's already unalive in order to create, narratives around their self. I heard somebody say that they played in the movie where they essayed somebody and they had the spirit of Tupac on them. Shut the hell up. You say some stuff like that. It ain't even a good movie. It's like a bootleg, backstore, back budget. It's one of the movies that you go to Blockbuster and you find that shit like way in the back somewhere. You stumble across that shit, trying to flirt with somebody in the Blockbuster store, and you walking and you just be like, ooh, and you pick that shit up out of nowhere, like, what's this? And you really just trying to make conversation, but you end up walking out the movies with it and shit. So you watch it anyway. It's just something that you stumble across. It ain't nothing that you looking up. Is that too much? Huh? Nah, because these people think because they giving up their anus, it's considered a movie. That's not a movie. These people just be thinking that because that's how the roles that they play and everything, that says a lot. That's the only role that you can play, because you don't apply yourself. You're not applying yourself. Look at that girl. She did 100 guys in one day and went viral. 100 guys in one day. If I would have lined up 100 girls in one day, you motherfuckers would have called me all types of shit. Huh? But embrace that. Embrace whatever it is that y'all trying to embrace. No, we picking and choosing down here. Come on. We picking and choosing. We is picking and choosing, and I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. You motherfuckers is breaking all types of codes down here. You not even raising our youth properly. That goes for the elders. All of us. We dropping the ball. We not passing nothing to the youth. We not trying to build a kingdom to pass on to them. We sitting there thinking, oh well, it's the way out with shit. It's almost over with, fucker. Oh well. Huh? Our boys out here running around in this feminine ass energy, crashing out. These are young men out here crashing out. Don't know how to deal with shit. Crashing out. Taking each other out. Tell me, the hell is going on? And then the women out here, they manipulating the minds of the rest of them and helping them crash out, getting them to the crash out point. Yeah, crash out. Yeah, crash out. We need you to crash out. Need to crash out. Y'all gotta take that belt back or call them and get the right belt.
Yeah.
Did he call and get the? I know, but he's gotta call and get the right belt or something. Cause I need that thing back up and running before this grass grow back. And it grows fast. And now that we got a chance to fix it, nobody want to fix it. Nobody want to fix it. Everybody like, well, the world is going to hell on a handbasket. Okay, you in this world. Where you going? Huh? Where you going? You in this world. You motherfuckers think y'all gonna get underground bunkers and shit to hide from this and just leave us up here? You not. You not. Do they really think they about to just dip out after fucking it up? Hell no. Y'all better help us fix this shit. Give us the funds to fix this shit or something. Huh? Give us the funds to fix this shit. Don't try to just dip out on us and shit. Motherfuckers talking about putting their consciousness in computers and shit. dipping out. No. Don't try to put your motherfucking conscience in computers now, motherfucker. Talking about some building underground bunkers and shit. No. Get your ass back up here. You motherfuckers knew about this sun operating like this, and y'all didn't motherfucker tell us years ago that we were supposed to prepare for this level of operation with the sun. We're gonna start making people crash out and shit. Now y'all all want to try to duck the sun. Nah, fuck that. So come get some of this sunshine. She's tricking us, manipulating us, huh? Fuck around and be manipulating us. We is not trying to go through this shit. We wanted to be in the mindset of the ascension already. We supposed to know some shit already. I feel like I'm supposed to know some shit. I feel like somebody kept some knowledge from me. I feel like I'm already supposed to have a certain level of control over my vessel. You get what I'm saying? Huh? I feel like somebody kept some wisdom and knowledge and shit from me. Somebody stopped me from knowing myself better. How dare you stop me from knowing myself better? I was supposed to learn some stuff. You stopped me. Whoever you is, whatever energy it came from, wherever the stuff it was. Huh? I know my spirit jumped inside my body and was like, where's it at? Started looking for shit. I'm looking at my spirit like, yo, what is you looking for? You know, I'm inside myself, talking to myself, looking at myself, look for shit. Like, yo, what is you doing? What is you? No, I left it here. I know it's here somewhere. I'm like, Merlin, sit down. You know what I mean? What the fuck is you looking for? This motherfucker just running through all my shit, my memories and shit, running through all my brain, every stuff. You're tickling my feet. What the fuck is you searching for? I know I left it here somewhere. Or like the little rabbit off of Alice in Wonderland. I'm late for what? Never, ever told us what the fuck it was late for. Huh? Yeah. That's how it was when I was inside myself. I was like, you what? And then, you know, I started looking too. I didn't even know what it was I was looking for. Motherfucker been looking inside me for so long. I started looking inside myself too. Like, well, shit, let me help you find it. I started looking around too. Like, well, I don't know what it is, but apparently I'll know when I find it. You know? And that's that, you know, sometimes you got to sit with yourself and talk to yourself and allow you and yourself to figure it out. You know, sometimes you got to do that. But first, you have to realize that it is, you know, a speculation talk over with oneself. You know, a lot of people don't have no inner dialogue. They don't have that discernment. They don't have that level of conversation with their self to say that they can have, you know, a dialogue with their self. You know, you got to be able to. I sit down and talk to myself all the time because, you know, sometimes I be clotheslining people in my mind, and I got to tell myself to stop doing that. You know, one time I drop kicked everybody in Walmart in my mind. Cause you know how you walk in Walmart and you like, damn, it's packed. And you like, man, I wish I could move up in this line faster. And if you clothesline and drop kick people in your mind in Walmart, it seems to go a lot faster, you know. And don't go to like local Walmarts where people know you and shit, because then you end up talking to people and shit like that. You know how you end up seeing people in Walmart, you end up in one of them long ass conversations, fuck around, start grabbing shit that you don't even need and buy just to have the conversation carry on. You know what I'm talking about, where you just start shopping for extra shit. You start buying extra shit because you talking to this person and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do need mac and cheese. I do need some, let me get some glory greens. Fuck around and need some shit. You haven't been to Walmart in 14 years. Kudos. Kudos. Well, shit, I don't think it matters what store you go in. Shit, if you go in the hair place, you'll end up running into somebody. If you go to what is it, Rainbow, you walk in the mall, you know what I mean? Go to Starbucks, do the regular shit that people know you do. They gonna pop up on you because they know you're gonna be there. People be looking for you in this world. You know that? Huh? People be looking for you. You might think you nobody. You might think somebody like to see you. You know, somebody like to see you. Somebody studying your movement to see where they can catch you at Friday night, catch you at the mall, something like that. A lot of people scared to approach people. We scared to talk to people. We scared to communicate. But that don't mean we don't like seeing you. We like seeing you. We don't know how we gonna approach you, but we like seeing you. One day we gonna build up the courage. And the days that we don't see you is the days that we yearn to see you even more. That's the days that we build up the courage to actually say something. We like, you know what? Fuck that. I ain't see her yesterday. Next time I see her, I'm gonna say something. But then when we see you, we don't say nothing. That's just how it works, okay? But we like seeing you. We like to know that you okay. Okay. I like to know that y'all okay. Sometimes when I look at my chat on YouTube, I start seeing the familiar faces. If I don't see the familiar people, if I don't see y'all in a while, I start getting worried. That's why I don't like building a collective, because I really care for people. So when I don't see the usual people, I start getting worried. Like, are they okay? I wonder if they're okay. And then, that's where all these damn gray hairs is coming from on my face, is because you guys, got me worried about y'all and shit. Okay? So don't make me worry. Don't make me worry. Got all these damn grays in my face because I'm worried about y'all, making sure that y'all okay. I want to know that y'all okay. Don't you want to know? I want to go to a place where somebody know my name. Shit. And they always glad I came, you know? Yes, Lady Leticia, it's always y'all fault. You haven't learned yet? I told y'all already. From here on out, everything's getting blamed on the collective. Everything's getting blamed on the sister wives, whether good or bad, whether I succeed or whether I fail, whether I triumph or whether I tremble. It's getting blamed on y'all, okay? Fuck it. So you better talk to me nice and help me make it. If I fail, you fail. If I fall, you fall. It's a we thing. Shit. We all involved. My succession is part of your progression. Get to it. Make me great already. Stop playing with me. Yeah. Each one teach one. If I make it, we make it. You know the shit. Stop acting like y'all don't know how this work. You got to put somebody in the collective up there so we all can get out. You know what I mean? We all can get out. We all can get out. You got to put somebody up there so we all can get out. We all listen. If we ain't putting intellectual beings up there, then no intellectual beings is getting out. You get what I'm saying? If we all keep on just giving, appreciate the gifts. If we all, oh, that was a gift goal achieved. Appreciate it. Was it achieved? It was somewhat achieved. All right. So yeah, if we all are, if we give to the carnal like everybody else, if that's all we giving our money to, listen, I like a great body. You know what I'm saying? I like a great body too. I like the, chuck over some funds to the carnal. They say it ain't tricking if you got it, but I also like to give to intellectual people too. I also know that we need intellectual people in this world too. I also know we need people with a little bit of sound mind, a little bit of stronger, level of intelligence, right? Right now, we just giving to the musculars and the blue eyes, the pretties, and the cute face and the small petites and the all you so cutes. I'm fucking tired of giving to the all you so cutes. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not tired of giving to the all you so cutes because they just so cute. But somehow, some way, no, it's attention. It's not money, it's attention. We're paying attention to the wrong stuff. We're giving our attention to the wrong stuff. You know, like they're gonna give the money to whatever we giving our attention to. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna give the money. You don't have to worry about the money. All you got to do is give your attention to that, and they're gonna promote that person. They're gonna be like, oh, yo, we got this, we got that. It's all gonna be. They're all gonna start like developing different levels for you to like. If you give attention to something, they're gonna promote that something that you giving your attention to. Look at all the people that people done gave attention to that they promoted. Look at the Kai Cenats. Look at the Aiden Rosses. Look at it don't have to be me. I don't have to be the intellectual person that you give attention to, but pick some intellectual people to give your attention to that's giving back, that's putting back into the community, that's helping build these homesteads, that's creating these smaller places in renowned areas. Because when shit hit the fan, you're going to need a renowned area. You're going to need a homestead. You're going to need a place to sit and let the world simmer down. Because right now, shit about to get hot. And I'm not talking about just, oh, summer day. Nah, a summer day, you fuck around and catch a breeze. I'm talking about hotter than that. Hotter than a summer day. You know? Fish grease hot. Yeah, because the energies that people are not controlling right now, people are not in control of their self. Think about it. This is a recognition of the 144 awakening. So there's chakra systems and crystals inside the body that's awakening right now. So these crystals that's awakening are actually affecting the mind and the mental, and it's creating, people got to fight with inside themselves. And if you know anything about yourself, then the one thing you don't like to do is fight with yourself. So you're going to create a fight outside yourself to compensate for the fact that you're really fighting with yourself. And a lot of people might not make it out of that fight with their self because your lower vibrational might win. That carnal nature, that nature that tells you not to be kind, that nature that tells you to stay in regret, that nature that tells you to stay in envy, stay in hurt. You start looking at things like it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault. You start going around trying to create chaos because you don't like the fact that you don't have control over yourself. You start going around trying to create that wrongness that's in the world so you can feel right about your fuckery. You go there and you people wake up like this. People go to work like this. People are interrupting your day so they can feel better about theirs. People are messing over your goodness, your smiles, right? You might be in a relationship right now, and every time you smile, that person say, "What you smiling for? What got you so happy?" And I want you to ask yourself, why they never ask you about the moments that you sad? Why they never say what you sad about? What you upset about? How the fuck you notice my smile, but don't notice my sadness? That means sadness is the normal state that they want you to be in. If somebody recognize when you happy, but never recognize when you sad, that means the normal state that they want you to be in is sadness. If a motherfucker happy all the time, then you gonna recognize when I'm sad because it's not my normal state. So you're gonna say what you sad about. It's like with me. The moment I stop talking, that's when somebody gonna say, "What's wrong with you?" The moment I'm quiet, somebody gonna say, "What's wrong with you?" Why? Because I talk. That's what the fuck I do. I talk. I knows me. I knows myself. I likes talking. Okay. If it ain't nobody around, I'll talk to myself. I don't give a fuck. Huh? I knows me, and I'm okay with me. I like me. If you don't like me, that sounds like a you problem. You know? Sounds like a you problem. But in retrospect, however we look at this, things are changing. Great things is happening, right? I just got the gift of gab. The universe has blessed me with the ability to articulate the emerald tablets. See, sometimes certain things, it's not about reading, right? When you're talking about the emerald tablets, hieroglyphics, whatever, it's about articulating it, right? Being able to articulate it. You got a lot of people that's lying to you and telling you that they can read the text. You got a lot of people. Look at Earth Speaks. Earth Speaks on TikTok, lying to y'all, saying that he can read the text, and he's lying to y'all. You want to know why he's lying to y'all? I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's in his DNA to lie to y'all. The reason why I tell you it's in his DNA to lie to y'all is because he is of a certain species that is a part of the deception, is a part of the trickery, is a part of the division. That's why he don't accept his own mother's DNA. His mom is YT. So he says that he don't accept the YT part of himself. Think about that. How you supposed to be down here trying to tell people to embrace their selves and you denying a part of yourself? Those two things don't go together. I mean, I know some bullshit when I see some bullshit. I ain't got to wait for somebody else to tell me it's bullshit. You know? So that's why. And then when I did deal with him, 4 years ago, when I dealt with him 4 years ago, I was trying to explain to him about RNA, versus DNA and where it comes from. You know what I mean? And how the RNA strongly comes from the mother gene. You can't pass on RNA inside your DNA from the father. The father don't pass that on, and that's more tied to your spiritual stuff, right? So the RNA that is passed from only through your mother, that's more attached to your spiritual side. So if you denying your mom's DNA, then you denying any spiritual attachments to yourself. That's why I don't be talking to these people, because they be lying. Yes, the seed is important when it comes to the carnal side of oneself, but it's not the spirit. When it comes to that, that's when you're talking about Sophie, mother dragon, mother goddess. You're talking about Gaia. They rule the seventh dimension. Man rules the third dimension. So yes, in this 3D plan or 3D world, you can say that it's about the seed, the importance of the seed. But once you ascend past that, when you go past that, dimensional barrier, of density of oneself, that's when you start realizing that the spirit is of more of a woman. And that's when you realize that a lot of people down here are lying when they say nothing is passed on through the woman, right? When they try to tell you it's all about the seed, the man's gene, they lying. Every book took out the importance of woman. They lying to y'all. It's the balance. That's why it's so fucked up. Gender reversal. You women are important. You guys pass on that spiritual essence. That's why, we supposed to be trying to keep y'all happy. Look at the animal kingdom. The animal kingdom, it be the man that got to show out and do all of this extra prancing around and dancing around. And the women be choosing they like, all right, I like him. He's got strong genes. Everybody else is building up for mating season so they could do a little dance and make a little love, get down tonight. You know what I'm saying? We don't even truly respect the essence of building up the seed. Y'all ain't trying to hold it in for 30 days and then pass it on to a suitable, woman. Y'all ain't doing none of that shit. Y'all passing on these weak ass seeds, these day old ass seeds. Huh? Huh? Fucking talking about you supposed to get it every night. No, you not. You supposed to build up the damn seed and then pass along something stronger. Uchi the ruler, what the hell you doing in here? So motherfucking, I don't know. I ain't never seen you ever come through one of my pages. I don't know how the fuck you in my algorithm. Don't make me go get Kev, the comic, on your ass. Better get your ass up out of here. Yeah, a lot of these people running around acting like that. That's why Cat Williams said all you big dick deviants is going down, because y'all running around trying to make it seem like it's all about slinging ding-a-linging, and it's not. You got to build up the essence of it, make people. That's why mankind is shrinking, because we not passing along strong seeds. We not taking the time to build and strengthen the seed in our body with the sun and the things that we putting in it, the fruits and stuff that fermentate inside our digestive system that allows, certain enzymes and stuff to pump through our body during the time of this seed process, the time of the seeding. You know what I mean? That we're growing this seed inside of us. Y'all worried about that shit tasting like pineapples. Fuck that. Oh, y'all want to know if it tastes like pineapples. Worried about the wrong shit. Y'all ain't worried about developing that shit and making that shit stronger. That shit's supposed to come out like a strong yellow color, not no fucking milky white. That shit's supposed to have like a yellow content to it. Anybody that's been paying attention to their self will know that when you operate out in the sun, it changes the color of your seed based off of the fruits and vegetables that you're eating in that summertime. And being out in the sun is strengthening your seed, and then it turns it. Is that too much? Did I go too? See, sometimes I don't be knowing how far a conversation to take it, because the truth is in the details, okay? And if I don't tell y'all the details, then y'all might not think that I know the truth. And I'm trying to tell y'all the truth. Huh? It's the difference between milk and honey. What? It's supposed to go to a land of milk and honey. It's the difference between milk and honey. You know? You gotta know. You gotta know. You say not now? Don't talk about it now? Well, in 2030, we all gonna know this stuff already. So we gotta capitalize on it now, because in 2030, you guys are gonna know this stuff greatly. Yeah, we were supposed to know about it already, but of course, certain variations of knowledge was blocked out from this world. So now we got to get it all back. We got to learn and understand about rituals and rites and certain variations of crystals and operations of ley lines that take place on this planet, and grids and stuff like that. And the planet of Nubaru is actually an operation of light work and plasmas that is around your light body, and it changes the format. And the draconians might have changed the frequency of our DNA by messing with it and tampering with the light. And we got to get all this knowledge and stuff back about the galactic roars of the Lyran constellation, and how the Lucifer comet entered back into the Lyran constellation during 2024, which marks the return of Lucifer. So therefore, Lucifer has returned back to the Lyran constellation. But the duality is it they told you that Lucifer was something of bad, but really Lucifer is a light that is in the Lyran constellation in the cradle of Lyra. And they removed that light from the cradle of Lyra during the Orion Wars. And now that light is back, and that light affects our northern part of our galaxy, therefore affecting the northern part of our brain. Therefore, a lot of y'all might start acting funny. Makes sense? Ones in the chat if it makes sense. Ones in the chat. The northern part of your brain is in charge of operations. So if the Lyran constellation is affecting the northern part of the brain, which is affecting the um what is it called? The your borealis, then it's also affecting don't y'all gotta get dressed and get ready. It's 11 o'clock.
He didn't answer me, but yeah.
It's at 1 o'clock.
Is it?
But then y'all say y'all was going there early to do something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one. We could do stuff like.
While he's up there waiting. Okay. So yeah, so the borealis, it changes now. You can see that more. And I want y'all to understand the connection that your brain has with the universe. Like, if there's something taking place in the southern part of the universe, then the southern part of your brain is being affected by it. A lot of these solar flares are actually taking place while you're asleep in your sleep state, and you don't even know these solar flares are taking place through solar synthesis or whatever inside the body. But there's a lot of universal knowledge that's putting back. Y'all, some of y'all might count it as downloads. Y'all might say it's downloads or something like that. But this is taking place inside your body, inside the mind. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the northern part of our galaxy. And because this is happening in the northern part of our galaxy, it is affecting the northern part of our brain. Because as above, so below, as without, so within. So your sleep is off. You're finding yourself, you trying to go to a doctor, trying to figure out why you're not sleeping as much is not going to help you. Okay. Your sleep is off because our operation is different. You're not going to need as much sleep under the Aquarius sky. You're not going to need it. And the reason why you're not going to need it is because the level of discipline that you're supposed to have over your body is supposed to be making you go to sleep on an empty stomach. And if you go to sleep on an empty stomach, you won't need as much sleep as you do on a full stomach. You'll only need 4 to 6 hours of sleep. In the higher realms of yourself, you only need 4 hours of sleep. In the lower realms, you need 8 hours of sleep because those lower things are feeding off of you when you go into your sleep state. When you go to the higher realms of yourself, and this is why some of y'all stop dreaming. Some of y'all don't dream no more because you don't go to the higher realms of yourself. If you go back to the times that you did dream, it was probably on an empty stomach, maybe a middle day nap, or you ate earlier, but then you didn't want to eat nothing at night or something like that. You was closer to an empty stomach than you think. Those were the times that you probably had stronger dreams. Now that your ass just out here eating and shit, you don't dream no more. Once you get that family life and that structure, 3 meal a day, so on and so forth, your dreams seem to stop. But when your ass was running wild, fucking skipping meals every 2-3 days because your ass was just out and about, oh, you had dreams then. Now it's hard to catch up with a dream. You motherfucker it just be dark when you go to sleep. Now it just be dark when you go to sleep now. It's just dark. Darkness. It's just dark when you go to sleep now. You gotta bring your dreams back. You know? Bring your dreams back. You gotta find a way to bring your dreams back. That's only because fear. Like when you meditate, like this is why in Stranger Things it was always triple black darkness and salt water. It was she was always putting herself. See, the salt water was the You got to fold it the other way. Flip it, kick out the bottom half. Make the top fold like that, and then the bottom half fold the other way. I think. That's why it was triple black darkness, water, and salt. It was triple black darkness, water, and salt, because the water and the salt was the amplifier. The triple black darkness, you know, this is how you actually see, you know, without seeing. But a lot of people, because a lot of people don't rest their eyes and they don't rest their ears when they go to sleep. A lot of people keep on a white noise or something like that to keep them attached to the physical world because they scared that they might drift, into too deep of a sleep. So they create the white noise, or I gotta have the fan on or the TV on, right? And then that's how a lot of people do, and then the fear. So even when you go into meditation, a lot of people don't go into a deep meditation because they are scared. So like when you close your eyes, think about it. If you meditating outside, when you close your eyes, you'll start hearing bugs fly by your ear like meow, 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 meow. You like, what the fuck? So you going to open your eyes for that. You don't know what type of bug it is. If you outside meditating and you hear something in the bushes or something, you going to open your eyes. You're going to come out of that meditation. So it is the fear in this world that stops us from drifting to the higher places. Even when monks and shamans, when they go into meditation, this is one reason why they rock back and forth, right? Because they know they have to put their physical body into a form of operation in order to contemplate for the level of elevation that is taking place inside of oneself. You know what I mean? So they put themselves in this rocking or circulatory rocking motion or whatever the case may be, because what they're doing is they're compensating for the fear, right? Because the your vessel, your flesh is weak. So because your flesh is weak, the flesh fears. So the mind compensates for this, right? This is why I tell people, like, if you're going to meditate, put yourself in a dark room. Know that you're not going to be disturbed for a while, right? Because you're gonna want to plug your ears up. You're gonna want to put the pad over your eyes and know that you're not going to be disturbed. Because what your mind is going to do is your mind is going to remind you of your responsibilities. Your mind is going to remind you of your worries. Your mind is going to remind you that you're waiting for a phone call, waiting for this, doing this. So it's hard to reach certain elevations of self when you're meditating. Excuse me, because of the things that we already accumulated in this physical world. This is why people use DNT or ayahuasca, because what they're doing is they are compensating for the fact that this drug relaxes your mind to where you relinquish fear. So the drug actually gives you the ability to let go of your worries, your doubts, and stuff like that, because you don't know how to do that naturally. You don't know how to naturally let go because you're trained in a world where you constantly talk about it. You constantly bring it up. Think about how many times you walk past somebody and somebody say, "Oh man, I just came from a funeral. Somebody just unalive. My auntie's sick, such and such." They always reminding you about the trauma. They always reminding you about the fear. They always reminding you about the worry. They always reminding you. Always. They always gonna remind you. Okay? So remember that. So once again, I don't want to talk y'all head off. But as you know, we do got music because we are the Atlas Family Music Production and we got music. So let's go into a little song break real quick. Right?
If heaven is in your mind, you must be heaven sent. If heaven is a bind, you must be heaven sent. 'Cause I'm for you, and you're for me too. Yes, I need you, and you need me too. You must be heaven sent. Thought I was living life, then I met you. Feelings cut like a knife, could not forget you. Everything that I thought I knew was wrong. Who'd have known I missed out on love for so long? In that moment, it was crystal clear. If heaven is in your mind, you must be heaven sent. If heaven is a bind, you must be heaven sent. Everything, I had the perfect plans, balancing total peace and all of life's demands. Never knew that I planned for a life so fake. Thank God that now I'm wide awake. In this moment, it's crystal clear. If heaven is in your mind, you must be heaven sent. If heaven is a bind, you must be heaven sent. 'Cause I'm for you, and you're for me too. Yes, I need you, and you need me too. You must be heaven sent. With you I'm achieving, now I'm believing we have something so real. With you I'm excited and I am reminded heaven's more than how you feel. If heaven is in your mind, you must be heaven sent. If heaven is a bind, you must be heaven sent. 'Cause I'm for you, and you're for me too. Yes, I need you, and you need me too. You must be heaven sent. I need you, and you need me too. You must be heaven sent. If heaven is in your mind, you must be heaven sent. If heaven is a bind, you must be heaven sent. 'Cause I'm for you, and you're for me too. Yes, I need you, and you need me too.
I don't know the size of the boat or what size of the boat.
You must be heaven sent. Thought I was living life, then I met you.
Hey, make sure y'all go check out our music on Spotify. We got music on Spotify. Make sure y'all go check us out on Plentiful. We got, clothes and stuff on Plentiful. Printify. Oh, sorry, Printify. Is she in the bathroom yet? Never mind. I could wait till she get out. So I be trying to tell people, like, you know, growth, development, understanding, you know, love, light, loyalty. All of these things is happening right now. Some of y'all, did she say?
She said she'll let you know when she's
When she's done?
well, she's using the restroom and then before she gets in the shower.
Okay. That's why I say all of this stuff is happening. Like, you got to get right with yourself. Some of y'all are forcing, like don't want to get right with yourself. Don't want to be kinder to people. Don't want, look at all the shit Maggie going through over there because she don't want to be nicer. Don't want to be kinder. Don't want to operate. She, oh yeah, I don't want to be better. I don't want to be better. Okay. So the universe about to keep throwing karma at your ass. The universe about to keep, you know what I'm saying, sucker punching your ass. You know, sit over there and make it seem like you don't want to be a better person. Okay, the universe is forcing all of us to be better people. Shit. You know? It ain't just. Hold on, let me put another song on. I gotta use the bathroom. Another song, which one?
You said I'd be a star and go far, but you lied. Instead, you made me do shameful things while you held all the strings, and I cried. It's inconceivable and unbelievable, the type of demon it's given evil and diabolical, so there will be no forgiving. It's time for me to go, go another way. Get away now, so I'ma let you know. Oh, I'm gonna get away. Gotta get away now. You said it was easy, you were so greasy, I was so blind. You confused me, yes you used me, abused me, toyed with my mind.
Hey.
Inconceivable, so unbelievable, you are the devil. It's given demon, so diabolical, so there will be.
So yeah, so when we're watching different things take place down here. We're watching the frequency change. We're watching, you know, different people change. Look how many times, you know, the Jaguar right sector switched, flipped around, whatever sector this is called, you know what I mean? I just think it's just people being, you know, whatever on YouTube and lying to themselves. Look at Maggie. She told herself she the algorithm now. I got my own algorithm. Yay. Knowing she lying. Knowing. We watched when this algorithm switched up over here. We watched it. You know, shout out to Replay Game. We got them so confused. They don't know when we having a real live or when it's pre-recorded now. That's how confused we got them. You know what I mean? We got they ass upside down over there. They like, every time they come, is he really here? Huh? Is he live right now? Huh? You know, I just listen. I promise you, stranger things is happening in this world. And you know, the crazy thing is the government, everybody's preparing us for it. They might be doing it in a form of however they want to do it, because once again, they got to keep us in a certain vibrational frequency. So the more we stop, the more we break out of fear, the more they got to try to and implement it. You know what I mean? So the more we start letting go, letting love, letting bygones be bygones, whatever you want to call it, the more they got to start doing extra shit. So if you seeing extra shit in the world, that's because we must be doing something good on the inside of us. The more we unite, the more we start putting our differences aside, the more they gonna crash out against each other. That's why they going against each other right now, because negative is also begotten negative. They can't fuck with the light beings no more. We can only make ourselves, we can only, destroy ourselves in this. They can't fuck with us no more. So now they gotta go after each other. Now you watching the Dwight Howards crash out with the other lower vibrational people. Now you watching the two toxic people crash out with each other and take each other out, because they one of the same energies. They the same. They all the same. That's why they taking each other out, because they all the same. They mad at each other. You ever see a group of bad guys when they fail? In all those movies that we watched and stuff like that. What happens like at the end of the movie? This is the shit that happened at the end of the movie when the bad guy realized that they failed. They start blaming each other and shit. It's your fault. No, it's your fault, Johnny. You the one that told us to go in the back door. It wasn't the back door that got us fucking caught, Chuck. How mad they be and shit. They be in full argument with each other. You know what I mean? Sitting in the motherfucking prison cell trying to figure out how the fuck they got there and shit. Talking, pointing the finger and shit. That's what's happening right now. That's what you see right now. They blaming each other like, you didn't corrupt the world enough, Lucifer. It wasn't me, Belbazaar, motherfucker. It was you and them dirty ass tactics you was using. No, it was you, Lucifer. Ha ha ha. We told you not to use the Loki method. Fuck that. Y'all wanted to go with that old ass what they call it, Medusa's head. That's what they arguing about. All of them arguing, all of them sitting somewhere arguing right now, trying to figure out where the fuck they went wrong, what century they went wrong in, where did it happen, where did you know what I mean? They all sitting there mad at each other. And who told y'all to come out with the Watergate project? Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the share button. We going to play the game for a little bit. We going, go smoke, relax our mind, let our conscience be free. You're now rolling with them thugs from the ROC. Sega in the house. Sick bastard. They mad right now. They pointing the finger at each other. Even they about to let Kanye West back out. You know what the fuck that mean? You know what that mean when Kanye West start trending again. Listen, if we see Kanye West trending again, you know what that mean, okay? So if y'all see Kanye West trending, y'all know what that mean, man. They only let him out when they need to put people in confusion and shit. They let him out. He'll do some crazy shit like walk around with his girl on a leash, butt naked in the streets or some shit. For real. Y'all know what's about to happen. That's like they used to, back in the 90s, they used to let Martin out. They gotta find, ain't nothing new under the sun. They just use different people to do different shit. You know what I mean? So they probably let Martin out and shit. You know what I mean? They used to let Martin out. And then they started just letting different variety of people out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got it. You know what I mean? And now, we got and Will Smith. If Will Smith drop a pop album or some single, I think he got one out right now called Pretty Girls. Be careful. That's a trick. Okay. You know damn well Will Smith like penis. There ain't no way you gonna make a song called Pretty Girls when we know you like dick. Cut it out. So that's a trap. Don't fall for it. That's a trap. Okay. That is a trap. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith talking about pretty girls. All the pretty girls. I like pretty girls. Short and skinny girls. I don't care. Like, nah, nigga, you like dick. So we're not even about to play that game. You tricked us already with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with Uncle Phil, and kind of find out Uncle Phil like dick. So we can't be tricked no more. We want you to be honest, you know. That's what we want. We want honesty. We don't want trickery. So we not even falling for that anymore. You know, the way that y'all keep on going with this whole you know, Baphomet, you know, mental mind game. And look, I didn't even know DC and Yandy was in a damn 10-year fake relationship. What the fuck? Did y'all know that? That DC and Yandy's relationship was not real? Did y'all know that? They've been lying to us all this time. This is how you know people just been playing in our face. Huh? They playing in our face. What you see is not what it is. They just faking like they got these relationships. They just faking like they've been together. They just faking. Now that I don't think Jay-Z and Beyonce together. I don't think they together. Yeah. Nothing is what it seems anymore. Huh? Nothing is what it seems anymore. Hurry up and let Diddy out so they can start partying again. Y'all really think they about to let Diddy out? See, Trump would have already pardoned Diddy, but you know, due to the fact that he ain't guilty of nothing yet, he couldn't pardon him. You know. He couldn't pardon him for just accusations. It's hard to pardon a motherfucker for accusations. That's a difficult pardon right there. Is accusation pardons. Did you accuse me? Did you accuse me? Did you accuse me? Did you motherfucking accuse me? Hey, but listen, knowledge is being placed back into this world, whether you want it or not. You better get some of it. You better get out there and get some of this knowledge, okay? And you know, but force some of y'all men to read some books and stuff. You know, stop choosing these uneducated people, okay? If you choose educated people, you gonna make it somewhere. This world it's because y'all not choosing wisdom, ladies. All right, make wisdom great again, okay? Make wisdom great again. Can we say that? I don't know if there's a hat for that, but maybe we should come out with a hat for that. You know, something around knowledge and wisdom being great. Yeah, I think we should do that. Everything been fake, bro. I know, man. Everybody's just doing everything for TV. I'm tired of this shit. I'm sick of y'all just doing shit for TV. Everybody just looking for a viral moment. Everybody just want to go viral. You know? When is it going to end? Hey, yo, we going over to the Discord. Y'all know what it is, man. We'll see y'all over in the Discord, man. If nobody told y'all that they love y'all today, let me be the first but not the last to tell you that I love y'all. We will be on Energy of Atlas on TikTok playing the game. So please feel free to come over and watch us stream the game and tap the screen. So yeah, and when you see that stuff that's trending on TikTok, I want you to realize that this is a root operation, man. Some of these people are selling their self to the lower vibrational frequency. When you're looking at this, I want you to look at what it is that you're actually seeing. You are seeing the lower vibration, multiply its operation, duplicate it, however you want to look at it, right? So when you're looking at this, the operation is very simple. They gonna take each other out. They gonna do all of that stuff to put you in the lower frequency, to keep you in that root chakra, right? So you gonna see different shit like this, where you see, somebody, act like that or do like this or do like that, because that's the operation. And what I mean when I say act like that or do like that, you don't think it was coincidental that the Facebook couple took their self out and that YouTube group pew pew. They are energies. They are the vessels. They don't care. The idea is to put the multitude into their root chakra. So when you see it, you like, oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's this. It puts you in fear, puts you in worry, puts you in that, right? And then the conversation get amplified where everybody's like, you see what just happened to that last YouTube group. You see what just happened to the couple, da 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 da. You'll see that, right? Because that's what it is. But what we telling you is look out for it. We don't want a trauma bond. We don't want a trauma bond. All right. But we do want people to be on the lookout. We do want people to pay attention to the operation. We do want people to observe, So as you're paying attention to the operation, as you observing, as you see it, right? You know how to look out for it. You know how to take heed to it. You know how to, curve it, so on and so forth, right? So that's just it. All right. That's just it. All right. So just make sure that you're taking heed to it, that you're paying attention to it, and that you're not falling victim to it. Okay. Everything else will take care of itself, Everything else will take care of itself, so on and so forth. And you just got to stay out the way. Keep your vibration right. What the